Woo! We're live.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Matt?
Yeah, we're on.
Oh, we're actually on now?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to episode 32
That's correct.
of Two Beerded Guys. As always, I am TBG_OpsGuy.
Mudhog, B&Q.
And then with us today,
Steve Fox.
and behind the camera, the one and only,
Oscar Matt.
welcome back. Just a heads up before I forget, it has been 120 days since the last beard
4
accident.
months.
It's, we're moving right along. That's hence why it's starting to look a little weird, because I just haven't messed with it since then, like at all. I trimmed up my neck like one time, and I was scared the whole time. But I got to get to work on it, so hopefully I don't mess it up.
I know a guy.
Start back at zero.
I know a guy.
But anyway, we have a great beer lineup today. We're excited. Our guest is a very interesting dude. You've actually met his wife already on this show, Jordan Fox, the other owner of Books and Brews Noblesville. So you're going to see the lesser half tonight. But no, it's going to be a great show. We have an incredible beer lineup. Steve's beer taste kind of fits along ours a little bit, so we decided to take advantage of that.
We try to cater a little bit.
And, anytime we get a cater towards stouts,
We're all happy.
yeah, Matt, John, and I are never going to say no. So, yeah, we're really excited for this beer lineup. There's one in particular that was going to be drank today no matter what.
Yeah.
So we'll start off today's show by Matt. What one are you looking forward to the most?
I'm going to call it a tie between one of my favorite growing places, Bombastic. We got their third one lined up to try that and pumped for it. Another obvious one would be the Cookie Monster Stout as well, the Thin Mint Stout. I mean, that's got to be great.
The barrel-aged Thin Mint Stout.
Yeah, dude. No, yeah, whiskey barrel aged.
It's going to be good.
Ooh.
Right.
Jonathan, you're up next.
You know what? The Hop and Frog one I'm excited about, but tonight's about Cookie Monster. I mean, from Martin House, the maker of the infamous pickle beer.
Oh, so good.
So,
Which I left mine here. I got to take that home tomorrow.
Yep, take that home. Take that home. But yeah, this whiskey barrel aged Thin Mint Imperial Stout. Oh, I'm ready.
Steve.
Cookie.
It's a pretty nefarious looking Cookie Monster on the can. Too.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's
It looks
terrifying.
like Cookie Monster snorted some cookies and he's ready
He's
to
like
get
that
this beer.
scary ass looking Easter bunny you used to see when you were a little kid. You look back at the pictures from like 1987. It's like,
Mom,
holy
there is a
shit.
reason I was crying.
Yeah.
Did you see this thing? I agree.
Yeah.
Cookie Monster is one of the ones I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to this version of Black is Beautiful. It's from Arizona. A friend of ours, a craft girl, sent it to us. I'm excited to try it because the one we had from here in Indiana by Goodwin House we weren't a huge fan of. But we've heard a lot of good things about a lot of the Black is Beautiful. So I'm excited to try this version.
Yeah, excited to try this version. And if you'd like, she's a great Instagram follow. It's just a craft girl, GRL, right?
I tagged her in today's post for this
Yeah.
beer lineup, so you can find it on there. But I believe it's just A Craft and then GRL.
Yeah.
She recently changed her name on Instagram, so I'm having trouble
She
remembering.
started doing whiskey. She used to
Started
be
doing
a craft beer girl.
You seen that? Did you
Yeah,
see that
she's-
picture of the whiskey shelf she had the other day? Whoo! Good lord!
Yeah, she's
There
like,
was
she works
thousands of dollars.
She works in
whiskey.
aerospace, so
Yeah, she's smart,
got
attractive, and
Yeah.
has great taste in alcohol. So
yeah.
great Instagram follow. But yeah, tonight's beer lineup is going to be a lot of fun. It's a little on the heavy side. I know Matt, John, and I had a good heavy meal. John and his wife made us
Smash burgers.
smash burgers and sweet potatoes today, and it was,
Quite delicious.
it was real hard to say no to. When you get a text from Mudhog asking if we want burgers, Matt and I didn't hesitate to say yes.
It would be rude to say no.
It's rude to turn down food.
Yeah. There might be one left up there.
I want to say a quick
I
thank
had
you.
some sloppy joes.
I want to say a quick thank you to our buddy Ugly Pete, as he has actually decided to sponsor the show, and
Yes.
we are ordering a new microphone, so we'll hopefully have that in a week or two. And
I'm 98% sure this time it's going to work.
it's going to be a massive upgrade on the sound
Oh,
quality.
you done it now, John.
No.
Now, from everything I've read about this mic, it's very plug and play. But it's going to be a massive upgrade on the sound quality, so we're really looking forward to that. And want to say a huge thank you to Ugly Pete. We're going to put his company's banner or logo up on our screen for next week, and we're going to have a banner in a few weeks that'll be behind us that'll have our logo and then our sponsor logos as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good time, and we wanted to say thank you for that. But now I'm going to open up the first beer, and we can get this show on the roll.
Get it.
While you're doing that, some people already joined on. We got Jordan Luger Fox. I wonder who that is.
What's up,
Hey,
Jordan?
what's up, babe?
This is Babe.
Oh, hey.
With like 8 days.
Let me holla at you.
Brett Pittsford. What's up, fellas? What's up, Brett?
What's up, Brett?
Of course, our tried and true on here.
What's
up, all? And Randy Moisner. Hey, guys. What's up with the beer?
I don't think Randy's missed an episode in a while. I love it.
He's been on a streak.
My kind of viewer. As you can tell, I'm not as excited about this beer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Did you notice how little I put in mine?
Yeah, we're going stout heavy, so we really decided to start off with something super light. It is a macro beer. It's not macro, but I mean...
Large regional.
Large regional.
So our first beer of the night is by Abita Brewing Company. It is the Purple Haze, 4.2% ABV Raspberry Lager. Abita is out of Louisiana. We've had one of their beers recently.
Strawberry.
Clouds of real raspberry swirl in this tart and tantalizing lager, brewed with Pilsner and wheat malts, along with Vanguard hops. Let the scent of berries in this hazy purple brew take you... They've said purple brew like 4 times. And it's not purple.
It's tinted.
Take your taste buds on a harmonious journey inspired by the good vibes and free spirit of New Orleans.
I think when I gonna drink an Abita, I gotta put myself in that hot New Orleans summertime mindset, because their beers really, I think, hit the spot for that.
I don't really correct you guys. You're both saying it wrong. It's Nolans.
Nolans.
Big Nasty.
Nolans. Love me some
It's
Nolans.
all dependent on how it's spelled.
I'll
put it over
There's
there.
only one way to say Louisville.
Well, yeah.
Well, there's only one right way.
Louisville.
Louisville.
I loved it.
Louisville.
Felt scared for my life all at the same time. It was a great place.
I saw a pretty interesting picture, I think, from the Big Nasty.
Yeah, one of my best favorite pictures is from there. Yeah.
I haven't been yet. I've been supposed to go a couple different times and haven't been able to make it yet. So hopefully soon, as long as a hurricane doesn't wash it away.
Don't go down the wrong alley.
Well, no shit.
You will die.
In brighter news, Carrie also joined. Says,
Hey,
let's
Carrie.
have beer.
Yes, let's drink some beer.
Ooh, that's better than the strawberry.
Actually, kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I like that one better than the strawberry.
I'm not used to a fruity lager.
I'm not either.
You know, like when I think fruit, I think of sour or gozo or something like that. So something fruity is kind of got
I'm
me
glad that this is
thrown
on
off
Can
a
Can.
little
You know
So
what
we're
to do.
watching John feverishly shake his can.
Well, there's not a lot of carb to it.
That's exactly my point. There's just
Yeah.
I can't get ahead on there.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
And
I'm so glad you're with us today, Steve. Welcome to the LA episode of Drinking Beer, hosted by a bunch of 12-year-old boys.
Damn it.
Brought to you by Beavis and Butthead.
30 going on 13.
God, I love it. Oh,
Yeah, a little flat.
Oh, Brett made a good point. He said maybe this beer is like that dress from a few years ago. Remember where it was like, is it blue? Is it purple?
Oh.
What color is it?
Oh, nice.
I was talking about that word the other day randomly too. I was like, oh, I had to reread it like 3 times to remember what it was.
so yeah, Steve, you were saying
Kind of flat. Not a whole lot of anything to it, really. It's not bad, but not exactly memorable either.
it's refreshing. I wish the carb level matched the refreshingness of the beer, because that would be a great pool beer, summertime beer, lawnmower beer,
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. If it had that carbonation. When I'm thinking lawnmower beers or pool beers, I'm thinking light and bubbly.
Yeah.
And there was absolutely no bubble.
Kind of like a summer shandy or something.
Yeah, the flavor was all right for what it is, but it just...
Can I throw a little lifeline? Is that
No.
one of the ones we had in the fridge longer, or is that one?
No,
So
no, I
fresh.
think it's from in June. Rissa brought it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
this one's
okay.
this is from when she was down south,
Ah, okay.
June, July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
July. She was down there in
Yeah,
July.
July, yeah.
So, not that old. Matt, do you got anything for it before we grade it?
It's kind of that little bit of raspberry, not overpowering. It's not, you're going to get a whole bunch of it, so it's where you get that refresh from, but it's not like, too much. Because the carbonation would probably be up, helping out quite a bit, but not bad, not great. Worth, consuming.
You're gonna find the best part about Abita is you're gonna be able to find it in the area. Maybe not at like the gas station liquor store, but any sort of
At a decent sized liquor store.
yeah, you're gonna be able to find it. So check it out. It's worth trying. I'm gonna rate it probably.
Hold on.
Oh, you gotta go.
Before
over
we
it.
do our scores, we do our scores from 0.25 to 5.
Yeah.
3 is our version of a perfectly average beer. Above 3 going to 4 is above average. Above 4 is you're in damn good beer territory. You get in that 5 range, these are incredible fucking beers. Heading back down, under 3 is below average. You hit 2 or above that area, you're still drinking it. Under 2, depending on how low you get, where you go from still willing to drink to less likely. You hit 1 or lower, and it's, I'm not fucking drinking this. Give me a water. I don't care how hard a day it's been at work. I'll drink that water before I drink this beer. We've only had a few really that bad. Yeah, there's been a few.
Best IPA in Alabama.
Best IPA in Alabama.
Is this going to be the week that one of the beers doesn't get named? Nope, still not the week.
Platform seltzer.
Listerman Pride.
Out there, I think we covered them all.
Yeah.
Sour IPA by 450.
Oh, yeah. Fuck this shit.
But, yeah, so anything down there, that stuff we're not touching again. But that perfectly average is a 3. That's a good beer for bigger releases.
You know what we call that in football? Peter.
Don't touch it! Get away! But John, you were saying, what are you going to score it?
I was prepared to give it a perfectly average 3 because it's normally a perfectly average beer, but this bottle, this can, this beer, so it's definitely under carb. Kind of a weird little flavor in there. I'm going 2.5.
Steve.
Deuce.
Ooh.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm going to give it a 2.75.
Okay.
I thought it was the carb level would have made it a perfect average. I thought the overall refreshingness of the flavor was solid. It's the carb level got me.
2.5.
2.5 for the Purple Haze. Don't forget to follow us on all social medias. Our scores go on Untapped under Two Beerded Guys. All our social media is under Two Beerded Guys. You can go to our website. John and I both have been working on blogs. I posted one this week.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
I haven't read yours either.
I read it. It was awesome.
I haven't read yours either.
Typos
It's
and
fine.
everything.
Oh, I guarantee there's a lot of typos.
Don't you have spell check?
I go for thought process, not grammar.
And I'm not going to correct it.
I don't want you to. But yeah, check out our blogs on twobeerdedguys.com. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, which we're on live on both of those. Live on Facebook. Go to Instagrams, our most active typically on a large scale, but it's more just everything. It's a picture vomit. Twitter is occasional. TikTok has some funny shit on it, so check those out.
And definitely not just like things, but subscribe if you can subscribe. It really helps us
Smash
out.
that like button. You know what's like smash
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, check all that out. Now that I've had our shameless plug of the night.
I did see we broke 1,000 followers on Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah, oh, we did that a long time ago, dude.
Good.
Very nice.
Good.
it. Speaking of Facebook, Amy Hitchman joined on. Says, "Hey,
Hey, what up?
Follow.
What up? Sorry, guys, I had a little business I had to attend to real quick out of nowhere. Our next beer is one we've had for a little while, then we keep wanting to drink, and just hadn't got to it.
Yeah.
This is one I picked up at the Herat in Muncie. It was one of their shelf beers that they hold on to forever and sell at a premium. But so far, it hasn't steered us wrong too much.
No.
This one is an Upland beer. I got it for dirt cheap, so if it's good...
It's from Upland?
Yeah.
Is it... Ooh, okay.
And if it's good, is the price I paid for it, dude, I'll buy them all. The Art Rye Imperial Red Ale, 9.3% ABV out of Upland.
Okay.
I remember that
Boy
name. I
pants
feel like
on.
I've had that at some point, but I can't recall it.
It's one of their older beers.
Was this before they went sour?
I mean, they have a non-sour facility too.
All right.
But yes, this is from before the original facility went sour.
Oh, we had a speak up here. Russell was like, "Hey, speaking of shameless plugs, are there going to be any movie reviews of any sorts that we might be?"
There would be,
looking
but now
into?
that you've brought it up, I don't want to bring it up.
Great.
We don't do all the shameless plugs at once. We got to drink beer too. Go ahead, John. Do it. I know you want to. You start taking a breath. You start taking a breath.
No, he's right. We're going to spread out the promos.
Make you watch longer, bitches. Now,
Yeah.
you want to know everything's going on. You got to watch longer. God, we're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from 2012. Herat's been cellaring it since then.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got quite a bit of
There's a little bit of sour
sediments
smell
in there.
There's some definite sediment. Hey, it's been sitting a while, guys.
Hazy. Oh my god, yeah, that's chunky.
Yeah, I'm gonna say mine's chunky. Mine's not.
Oh,
hazy.
mine is too.
That's chunky.
Yeah. Can I have a fork?
Hey, it's not a 450 beer. I think you could use a spoon for this one.
I feel off-put by the chunkiness.
A little stringent.
A little sour on the nose, but not really on the flavor.
Well, the 9.3 is probably helping prevent that.
Boozy.
Oh, it's definitely boozy.
Pretty smooth though.
Oh, that taste was astringent. I must have got some chunk.
Yeah, the chunks are a little astringent. Hey, you can break them up if you stir it.
I don't feel very excited about the rest of this now.
Finish it.
I don't either.
In light of those two statements.
The overall flavor is not awful.
No.
No, actually, I'm really struggling with this because, like, it's not the worst thing I've ever had.
Not even close.
If I shot
The
for
finish
not
is
awful,
easy. It's not,
I have a lot more
you know,
successful
there's
love
not a
life.
real strong bite on the finish.
No, it's boozy, but doesn't taste like 9.3.
No, not at all.
But the sediment does leave an interesting taste in your mouth. Don't worry, guys. I brought saltines today. I brought saltines to palate cleanse.
It looks like you broke some of those up in our glass before you gave them to us.
That was actually what I did. You didn't see me open the bottle earlier and just dump some cracker dust in there.
Carrie's making a valid point. She said it may be chunky, but at least it didn't explode.
Matt, Carrie
True.
is a he. Gone over this.
Carrie, yes, sorry.
I was going to let him do it again.
Carrie's gonna stop watching though.
No, because Carrie knows we know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Carrie. I'm going to get it right one day.
We're going to have to put a sticky note on the
That's-
computer screen.
that-
Carrie is a
guy.
dude. Then we'll have a different Carrie watch.
This is why off-screen Matt's the worst. I mean, he's better than Tyler, but I mean,
Ooh. Man.
he's got fans at least. I don't like it.
The more I drink, the less I like it.
Yeah.
The
agreed.
sediment definitely leaves
I've been avoiding getting to the chunky monkey
Yeah.
of it.
the chunky monkey of it.
Yeah.
I went ahead and just muscled through it so I could get to the crackers.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that
I
too.
just keep swirling, hopefully.
I mean, there is alcohol in it, so, you know, you don't want to leave it in the glass.
This is 9%.
We will definitely need a glass rinse.
Oh, yeah. I'm struggling to put this down.
Oh yeah.
Well, while I'm choking this down, Brett asked a question. How tedious is it for a brewery to shift gears into sours?
It depends on why they're shifting gears. It depends. Some is just they've decided this beer is going to be a sour. They'll do it on purpose. Some is a beer comes out a little messed up, not what they wanted, so they'll throw it in a barrel and sour it just to basically be like, we got to sell this beer somehow. And then others and we're giving up a little bit of a hard time for the sour facility. They actually had a bacterial issue with their lines that they couldn't get rid of, and it actually soured the whole facility.
system, yeah.
No matter how much they cleaned the system, no matter what they did,
You couldn't get out.
everything was coming out infected and becoming a sour. So what they did is they leaned into it. Upland's made some of the
They've
best
done an
sours in the
amazing
state.
job. Yeah, great job.
And then they opened a new facility eventually to make non-sour beers. And they don't even think about doing anything sour out of that facility. It's rare for an infection like that to be to the point where it's almost impossible to get rid of. But
But it
it
happens.
does happen, and that's why some brewers are scared to do sours.
Like
Yeah.
the COVID of beers.
It is. It's the COVID of beers.
Yeah, some
More
brewers.
the herpes of beers.
Yeah, it's more like the
go
herpes.
away.
It won't go away.
Right.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, some brewers are actually scared to sours just because you can't always get rid
Brewer
of it.
Kyle, he never wanted to kettle sour
Done?
anything.
Done. Oh,
All right, when you
I'm-
rinse glasses, you can dump his.
Mine might be doing the same. Russell says, pet name of the week,
Oh,
Oh.
God.
We gotta hear this.
toasty little pretzel bun.
So our friend Russell, who's a big friend of the show, for those of you that don't know, because we've been doing this every week lately, for those of you that don't know, Russell's significant other is obsessed with John. And so she gives a pet name of the week to Russell every week to let John know how much she cares.
It's
John
very-
is
very
better
much
known
appreciated.
as her East Coast boyfriend, even though we're nowhere near the coast, but when they live all the way
Fair
in
enough.
Washington, to them we are the coast. But yeah, John is her East Coast significant other, and
so
And
with that
toasty
said, so
little
now
pretzel
what is the
bun,
name?
right?
Now that I've got the
today's is what?
Toasty Lil Pretzel Bun.
Toasty little pretzel bun.
Changes every week.
Every week.
Sometimes they stay on a theme for a few weeks, and then others are just.
I love how oftentimes it's based upon like what I posted from a barbecue standpoint.
Yep. A lot of times it is.
Did you post your buns on your Instagram or what?
I actually not. No, I did not post my buns on Instagram.
No, it's my buns that actually ended up on Instagram one day when we were doing an alt angle picture for a craft
Yes.
girl. She cracked up at that
Yes, she
too.
And also throw that Carrie's taking things with a good grain of salt. Says, yeah, dude, but I wear a kilt, so I'm used to misidentification. Thank you, Carrie.
Don't make him feel better.
Cracker.
Damn it.
Yes, please.
I wore a kilt. That was fun. Last time I wore a kilt was the last time I went out before COVID was actually St. Patrick's Day.
So there you go. Craft. Figured you guys might need a saltine today, and I'll go
Yeah,
ahead and
thank
talk
you.
while you eat.
That
So
was real bad.
because I struggle with talking and all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm real shy. In case you couldn't tell, guys. But no, the thing Russell hinted at earlier, I'll go ahead and talk about now, is our Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews. This past week's that went live is
Beer Fest.
Beer Fest. Thank you. Good Lord. I
Twelve
drew a
House
blank all of a
once.
sudden.
You.
Yeah, which I love that post. We did Beer Fest. It was a blast, although we realized while we were talking, trying to spend 20 minutes talking about that film is actually a little difficult without just throwing quotes out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's pretty
Not
easy
watching
to
the
sum
movie.
up what's going on in the movie. But it's
drunk!
yeah, but it's hilarious. It definitely fits our theme, and you need to watch it or listen. Well, watch the movie and listen to our review.
Yeah.
You can find it everywhere podcasts are, including Spotify. You can download it. Just Google Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews, and everything that has it will pop up. This time, we're going to record today another double feature.
Double feature.
So we're doing 2 podcasts tonight after this show. We are doing...
Oh, you forgot.
I'm doing it again.
Baby Driver.
Thank you. Baby Driver was our first one, and our second one was Horrible Bosses.
It just so happens to be a Kevin Spacey, Jamie Foxx doubleheader.
Yeah!
Yeah.
We ended up watching 2 Kevin Spacey, Jamie Foxx movies.
Which were the odds?
Yeah, they're probably the only 2 the 2 of them were in.
Aside from Horrible Bosses 2. Like, that's the only
Yeah.
one we didn't do. If we went on for the triple spin, should have
So
been
do
too
you-
much.
Do you watch the movie during the podcast and comment on it?
So we watched the movie during the week ahead of time. We have homework.
Gotcha.
So sometimes we do them together like we did Friday. Other times we'll do them separately. And then we get drunk on the show
And
and then try to regurgitate.
we challenge ourselves 20 minutes to talk about a movie. And when you're drunk, trying to talk about anything for 20 minutes without going off on multiple tangents is really
Gotcha.
difficult.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It basically turns into guys at a bar talking about movies.
Right.
And so it's not
So it's
that...
basically like every other day, except I get to hear you guys.
Well, it's not that... Well, there's so... Yeah, no. It's
I
not
mean that in a
like...
bad way. I mean, that's what guys do. We go out, we hang out, we quote movies and drink beer and
Oh,
talk
absolutely.
shit.
That's the whole basis of this
Yeah,
show.
it's not like... So a lot of movie review shows are very dull, very... Oh, the cinematography, da-da-da-da. Ours is... Yeah, fuck, dude, you see what...
Remember that scene?
Why is there so many oil rigs in Con Air?
Yeah.
Like, we focus on the stupidest shit and point out, like, hey, this implausible movie, here's the worst fucking thing about it. Why is there an oil rig on the strip of Las Vegas?
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate.
Yeah.
We talked literally about that.
Yeah. Probably for about 5 minutes.
Maybe 10.
That might have been the whole review, alright?
I have to go back and listen.
And the
Hillbilly and his bunny, horrible accent, and oil rigs. Movie review for Con Air was done.
Yeah.
Now,
Pretty much.
but yeah, that's kind of what we do there. So make sure you listen. We've had, right now we're kind of beating Russell in all of his podcasts, which is amazing. We've had more downloads than almost everybody on Turf's Up, and that's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
So I want to continue that streak, so good on there.
Thank you guys for if you're downloading it, especially because that's the metrics they see.
That's the ones they see.
So yeah.
If
Thank
you're
you
just
guys.
listening to it, thank you still.
No,
Speaking
yeah,
of
for you guys.
Russell and us as well, we also have a friendly contest that wraps up
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
No,
Today.
Today,
Midnight.
yeah, today's
Oh,
last day of the
crap.
month, right?
So
Yeah.
if
Let's
you
go
have, oh yeah, we gotta unfollow.
let's go and follow.
So
He's still watching, guys.
I mean, we wouldn't do
Perfect
that.
time to yeah.
Wait, which one's the competition with? Is it night? It's Nightcap. So yeah, if you follow Nightcap with or Nightcap_Hecubus, make sure you unfollow today and refollow tomorrow to make sure that Off-Screen Matt's Instagram account wins. The winner of this has to send, gets beer from the other one.
Oh,
So
it's not gonna be close.
we don't want to send
Damn
beer
it.
to Russell, so we need a last-minute push. We're about 40 behind, I think.
If you're following Nightcap, unfollow.
We're 32 behind. So we need
Get
you
closer.
we need you to follow Off-Screen Matt and unfollow Nightcap Hecubus.
Yes.
And then refollow him tomorrow because his account is
Yeah,
fantastic.
he is awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry Russ, but we're gonna cheat as much as humanly possible. I'm broke. I don't need to be sending beer nowhere.
Some other quick catch-ups here before we go to the next beer, because Brett's got a couple good points.
Nobody cares.
Well, he said, if the kids are away, he has opportunities to ask intelligent questions. So,
True.
That was a good question we had. He also wanted to know, are we having a Labor Day show? That's what I meant to say.
Yes, we are recording Monday.
It's gonna be a regular day, regular show, right, boys?
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing over the top. Just a normal show.
And he also asked, can movie requests be made? Which we never even thought about that.
Absolutely. If you guys have a movie that you think would be a great one for us, we do have a massive list of movies we've come up with already, so it might be on there. But if it's not, and we decide it's better than the ones we've come up with, we'll throw it on because we've done that already.
And
where we've added
we
some.
may bump it to the front. Yeah.
Roadhouse.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
a good one.
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Roadhouse. Everyone's asking for Roadhouse.
Roadhouse is a good one.
Everyone's asking for Roadhouse?
Literally no one. That's gonna be fun.
It's too much. We were doing a Monty Python. Holy Grail would be a better one.
I'm kind of a meaning of life guy.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, now he did nominate Usual Suspects. I can't.
Wow.
Usual Suspects, one of my favorite movies, so that one is on our list to at least get around
So
to
that
at
means
some
we
point.
can't watch it.
No, I'm game. I'd say let's do it.
Brett and Matt want it.
It's a great movie. Also has Casey. No Jamie Foxx though.
Jesus. We'll move on to the next beer because I'm thirsty and need to get that last thought out of my
Yes.
Oh, we
We
didn't
have to
rate
rate
it.
it.
We didn't rate it. It's so
Oh, yeah,
bad
we're
we've
going so
avoided
long.
rating it.
And you go first this time.
You do.
Hated it.
What are you gonna give it?
Is this meant on film?
Yeah, that's right.
What are you gonna give it, Steve?
Oh, that's 2 points right
Jordan,
there.
did you know what you married?
So,
Woo!
I guess I wonder what it was like when it hadn't sat for a couple of years. You know, I hate to rate it because it may at one time have been a much better
We always
beer.
rate on the bottle.
Okay.
And we've
well,
told them when it was bottled.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're-
8-year-old beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm saying like about a 1.5 on that.
Slightly better than I
Better than
expected you to give it.
Yeah.
Which camera are we on right now, by the way?
Regular.
Okay, that's weird. Normally the blue light's on when we're on that one.
Oh, okay.
And it's on that one right now, so I thought it was... Sorry, I was just
We
being
didn't really put
distracted.
that one on the can, did we?
Yeah, I don't know if there's need to.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alright, so 1.25 or 1.5?
Yeah, 1.2. We'll go with 1.25.
I got
1.25.
That was a little too generous. So.
Ah,
He's being nice.
he is being nice.
For me, it is going to be a 1. The booziness is the only reason it's staying a 1.
Yeah, so there's some positive undertones to it, but I mean, after 8 years, it just hasn't aged well, which is, I mean, that's not a shock.
And the longer you drink it, the rougher
The
it was.
rougher it got. So,
You got closer to the sediment.
and it's still not even going to be. I mean, I'm a 1, so it's going to be a 1 overall, and it's
Definitely
still
not a
better.
worse beer.
Yeah, it's still better than some stuff we've tried. So,
Thanks, Matt.
Which, that kind of leads me to a question I've been meaning to ask
4.
on here.
after you give your rating, because, although it doesn't count.
I just respectfully declined because I don't even know. As soon as I saw that with all the chunks in, I was like, I'm already done with this.
Chunky Monkey.
Like, if that was maybe like a glass that I couldn't see through, I might have been more willing to give it a shot, but I just wrote it off before I even tried
We
it.
should start pouring everything in Matt's in a red solo.
Right?
I feel more at home with me.
Just so we wouldn't even know what's going on.
But, I was going to say, like, aging beers. I've kind of heard that there's like a 5-year... You know, you hit a mountaintop, like if you're aging more than 5 years, kind of for not, you're going to get the best of what you're going to get within 5 years. There's no point to going further. Have you guys heard anything about any of that? Is there an aging shelf life?
I'm going to defer
Pardon
back to, like, the comments that Kevin was making, Sun King Kevin, most money.
Smo money.
Smo money.
Not most
It's
money.
contagious.
No, it is contagious.
Contagious.
Yeah.
It's contiguous.
He said oftentimes like that 3-year time frame is probably that sweet spot for aging of a beer. If it's bottles notoriously not great for aging beers in because there can be some leakage around the cap unless it's wax sealed. So cans are actually a little bit better for aging. And plus, light does bad things to beer, and cans obviously blocks out all the light.
Our next beer is Lotus Flower Hazy IPA by Pariah Brewing Company. Slowly we unfurl. This IPA is all about newcomer hop Lotus. Heavily kettled and dry hopped with Lotus, as well as sprinkles of Amarillo and Bravo, lend beautiful notes of navel orange, vanilla, berries, and stone fruit. The lotus flower is seen as a symbol of purity in many cultures and reminds us no matter how muddy the water gets, it's still possible to have something amazing rise from it. Again, the hops are Lotus, Amarillo, and Bravo. The malts are two-row, oats, wheat, and golden naked oats. It is 6.8% ABV. Best served at 38 to 45, which this is probably on the 45 range because it's set out about a half hour now. But so we're still in its best serve range most likely, but we are starting to warm up. No practice is sacred. Drink within 90 days of date code. So
right
we
there.
are a little just past what they suggest. But it's a gorgeous can, which is actually why we made sure to drink it today, was because we knew we were getting a little late on it.
Definitely get the stone fruit. Really? Nothing? They got nothing. Damn it.
I haven't drank it yet.
Stone fruit? What the fuck's stone fruit?
We've talked about what stone fruit is. It's anything with a pit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Finish is
Creighton.
really easy.
I was
Doesn't
thinking
have
of-
like that bitterness that a lot of IPAs have. I'm not a big IPA drinker, but I could drink a couple glasses of this. It's
That
pretty good.
that oat definitely has made that smoother mouthfeel.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of oats to it.
Very creamy.
Very creamy, very juicy. The Lotus hop must really bring out some of those softer flavors and balance well, because there's not an overpowering flavor profile of any one thing. It is just a soft blend. I wish a little more was standing out. It's a little blandish just because nothing's standing out at all. But I think the overall flavor is very balanced.
It's best beer we've had so far tonight, no doubt.
Well, that didn't take
That
much.
hasn't been very
It's
hard.
just because
to
I have a
do.
little like a metallic-y finish. I
I didn't catch that, but
Did we go to Can on this one?
yeah.
All right. I just
it's
wanted to make
pretty
sure
good.
because it's really pretty.
Kind of citrusy.
And I pulled a John on this one. When I bought it on Tabor, I absolutely
That
saw.
can's purty.
I saw pretty can and a hop I'd never heard of, and was like, okay.
All right, so while we're kind of drinking and gestating here, we got some comments to catch up on. Brett says, OSM just got another follower. Russell replied, OSM shall never defeat me. So now we're starting a battle between two of our most vicious fans.
oh yes, 2-bit, yeah.
Russell also says, well done on the unfollow campaign. I've lost 4 so far, and a whole bunch of expletives because it's all those, characters outs. Randy Moister's throwing out Wild Hogs. Ha ha ha, just kidding. Actually, that's a pretty solid movie. I remember seeing it, and I thought it was going to be terrible, and it was not.
No worries. Pup saying hi.
And Chris Ream is on and talking.
Whoa!
Whoa, he's gone already though.
Fun fact to the Ard Reed. It says, to the label is the picture of a Stan, the owner of Herat. I'm in Muncie. I don't know if he's in there right now.
Oh really? That's the owner of the Herat?
I don't know. Can't see enough of him.
To the label is the picture of Stan, the owner of Herat in Muncie.
So the label of that beer. Awesome. Reem with the Herat trivia.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
No.
And he is confirming yes.
No shocker there.
All right.
Not bad.
No, not bad.
Like I said, juicy, very balanced. I wish there was just a little more something.
I don't think I got the metallic that Matt was talking about.
I didn't either.
No, definitely pillowy soft.
Very soft mouth.
Yeah, very soft mouthfeel.
Is that?
Not much bitterness to it at all.
No. Now, if even he thinks it wasn't bad, then
It's a little bit of astringent afterwards, but not bad.
the main reason I chose it, it's a hazy. It needed drink, but it's a hazy, and he's not a huge hop guy, so I was kind of like, well, we need an IPA today. We'll do something. hazy, juicy, at least in theory. And luckily, we were right.
We were right.
Pretty good.
It is my turn to go first on the score today, and I'm going to give it a 3.25.
I was going to go 3.5.
3.
So it's a 3.25.
Yep.
Matt, if your score counted,
I'll give about 3.
Hey, it doesn't though.
I know.
yeah,
Thanks
Don't-
for reminding me.
don't
I
forget.
was going away with myself.
we don't want you to think you're important. You
Yeah,
know.
for some reason I was catching a weird finish on that. I don't know if Metallica is the right word or not, but something just kind of seemed a little off, and it was, aside from that, pretty average. Not bad, not great.
Metallica. Is that like Metallica?
Kind of like AC/DC.
It's a lot less hard.
It's cover band.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
AC/DC. It's a Metallica cover band, Metallica.
Speaking of,
Which
Steve does some
can you
cool
rinse?
things. What you want to talk about some of those? So, you
Like what?
part owner of
Books and
Noblesville,
Brews,
Books and Brews.
Noblesville, of course.
You got the, which is actually the title of our episode tonight, Wake the Gypsies.
Yes, Wake the Gypsies
What is
are
that? That
are
sounds neat.
are a 90s rock cover band. So we will hopefully be resuming things this fall. Our singer Josh is overseas representing our country. Love you, Josh. Can't
Very
wait
good.
for you to come home safe, buddy. But yeah, we'll be hitting the stage hopefully back maybe around November-ish. And playing 90s rock cover songs, which is what we do.
How do we feel that we've gotten to a point where 90s hard rock is dad rock? How do we feel about that? Because I'm right there with
I
it.
don't think that's dad rock.
That's
That stuff's always prevalent. Alice in Chains, Stone Temple
Yeah,
Pilots.
they're a little harder than a lot of
yeah,
the dad
but
rock.
that's
Rage.
what, you know what? I've heard Rage referred to as dad rock.
Really?
I really have.
See, that doesn't sound
I'd say
like...
damn millennials, but I'm on the oldest part of the millennials age, so I can't say that. Whatever is after millennials, damn it. Damn them.
So what groups do you guys tend to lean more towards, or...
We play a few Stone Temple Pilots. We play a few Alice in Chains. We play a couple by Rage. We do like 3 or 4 Godsmack songs. We do some classics. We cover some Tom Petty and Aerosmith.
Nice.
A little bit of everything, man. We just like to have fun, rock out, drink beer, play music. We usually play at the sports page. What's up, Dennis? At 46th and Post.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm excited once you guys are able to get the group back together and your singer comes home. We'll be able to all go out and see
go out,
him.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
hoping to get to your last show before he got shipped off, and I wasn't able to make it.
yeah.
Right.
But I'm excited to see you guys. I think it'd be a fun thing to do. Plus,
Yeah, will.
it'd be fun to watch you blow off a little steam, considering you work a full-time job, and then
2, actually,
Yeah.
it sounds like.
he works his and someone else's full-time job, and
Yeah.
then is an owner. Him and his wife own Books and Brews Noblesville, and COVID has
right.
not exactly been the easiest time to own a bar.
No.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
Yeah, I
But,
wouldn't imagine so.
No. But we're getting there. We're still open.
They do a
Come
lot
see
of
us.
they do a lot of cool things out at Books and Brews Noblesville. It's at
Yeah.
the Hamilton Town Center, diagonal from Ford's Garage. Ford's is the one that faces the road, so it's easiest for people to see.
Yeah.
They're right across the play area from Cold Stone Creamery.
And the best part is you can grab a beer and then walk around.
Yeah,
You don't
so
have to stay there.
Yeah, we are the only business at Hamilton Town Center where you can't leave our premises with your beverage.
not only do they have beer, they do a lot of ciders. They always have at least one on tap.
Yeah.
They always have a second gluten-free option. Tons of wine.
Jordan loves her wine, so she's always going to have the best selection.
The
We have a-
best wine slushies.
Oh yeah, we have a cider tap takeover happening this Friday. Wednesday we've got tamales taking over our kitchen. That's going to be
Oh,
exciting.
There's
If-
gonna be a car show there too.
Yeah.
And this Friday, the 4th, starting at 6:30, we will have the 5th Books and Brews / supported by Indiana Mustang Club cruise in. So if you like classic cars or you own one, come out and check it out.
Make sure you follow their social media, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook especially will show you when all those events are going on, especially the car show, which they do once a month, correct?
About every 2 weeks.
Every 2
actually.
weeks, so
Yeah,
twice
awesome.
a month.
And if you got a
And
Chevy, you got to come show your support, because if it's the Ford Club putting it on, we got to show them.
Well, yeah, it just started that way, but I don't. Mopars, Chevys, Fords, whatever. I don't care. If it makes a lot of noise, bring it out.
Just don't bring your Daewoo.
unless you're just coming to look. But come out. It's a cool event. They have a lot of gorgeous cars.
Yeah.
And it's always changing because it's a drive-in, so you never know who's going to show up.
That's right.
So, yeah, check them out.
Great time.
Sorry, I had to make sure I plugged Noblesville a little bit.
Appreciate it.
It's the one I drink at the most anymore, so.
Yeah.
I'd go out to Brownsburg more if it was closer. But go see Nick out at Brownsburg or go to Carmel.
I'd love to go see Alex more, but I mean, with Noblesville right here.
Dude,
just,
and especially with me driving back and forth from Muncie,
Yeah.
the amount of times I'll be driving back on Tuesdays a lot of times from here, and I'm like,
Yep.
just go ahead and stop on in.
Like 11 o'clock's not too early.
I showed up the other day and Jordan was like organizing books and like looked at her watch like, it's 11:15. I'm like, you're open. This is your fault for being open.
Are you denying a customer?
Oh God, no. She ain't dumb.
No,
Also,
she's not.
while you're pouring, Randy asked a pretty good question. What's the oldest beer that we've drank?
That was
I
the.
don't know. Would it be the one we just had?
No.
No. We had the 2004.
2004 barley wine by
J.W. Lee.
J.W. Lee's.
How was that Coors Light that you made me
Probably 5
drink?
years.
That
Oh, the
was-
5-year-old Coors Light?
Yeah, that's not a good advisement. Anyone that's
5-year-old
listening.
warm
Age
Coors
is
Light.
almost as long as.
But yeah, the 2004 J.W. Lee's barley wine would be absolutely the oldest. And that was before we started rating beers on Untapped.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
It was good.
It's a barley wine.
So barley wine is it's a style of beer.
Okay.
It's just called a barley wine.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite style, even though I'm terrible at describing how it's made.
It's just very complex.
Yeah, usually a lot of flavor going on. Usually pretty high alcohol.
Malty,
Pretty
fruity.
flat.
I like the
balance.
English style more. John prefers the American style
I
more.
think so.
But they are fantastic. Our highest rated beer on this show is a barley wine.
Yep.
Straight Jacket by Revolution Brewing Company.
Yep.
That was
Hey.
solid.
It's a stout, and there's more head than there was in the lager.
Yep.
So which one's doing it wrong?
So this is New Glarus Brewing Company's Coffee Stout. New Glarus is out of Wisconsin, only in Wisconsin. If you want it here, you got to bring
Love
it
New
back.
Glarus.
Hearty and satisfying, our coffee stout is the ultimate full-bodied brew. Wisconsin water, roasted malts, and American hops are the natural ingredients we use to brew this beer. Then cold-pressed organic coffee from Just Coffee Co-op is infused into the brew. Expect this beer to pour a deep, creamy head over an ebony-rich body. Notice the powerful malt bouquet, balanced by a spectrum of extravagant flavor. Served at room temperature, this Wisconsin coffee stout is guaranteed to warm even the coldest hearts.
You're in luck.
I have a chance!
No, I love New Glarus. I go to Wisconsin fishing every year, and I always look forward to picking up a few cases of it.
Do you bring it back in a Firebird? Seems like the only way to do it right.
No, he brings it back in a
Well-
semi while he's driving the Firebird in
That's
front of
right.
it.
He's
No, it's very good.
down.
Very
has-
light.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's very light. Like it was talking about a rich body. It's not a rich body.
No,
No,
it's not even
it's
very
got great
coffee-ish.
flavor, but it's very light.
It is very kind of cold pressed coffee.
Yeah.
I mean that's
If you like coffee, this is definitely...
Yeah, it's good.
but it's not strong.
No, it's
Coffee.
just, it's a cold press, like,
Yeah.
easy drinking.
Alright, so those of us that aren't in the coffee world, what's the cold pressed coffee? Because I feel like having other coffee stouts, I get a more robust coffee flavor than what I'm getting out of this one.
You're not getting as much burnt roast on a cold press.
So it's normally a tamer coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause that-
A lot of nitro brews are similar to cold press as well, except creamier, obviously. They're typically not going to be as roasty, especially cold press. So you're just not going to get that extra
Yeah.
burnt.
Okay. Maybe that's what I'm missing here. Because I'm like, oh, coffee stout. This doesn't taste like coffee at all.
Yes, yeah,
Coffee
it's-
flavor without the burnt.
Yep.
Okay, that I can see the sense to.
Kind of, sort of like if you go to the gas station and get some cold coffee out of the cooler. It's not full of sugar like the Starbucks.
That's the only stuff I drink.
The
man.
Starbucks
Oh, good.
Frappuccinos.
I'm not mad at it. Don't get me wrong.
Did you go to Can Kim already?
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, not bad.
It's definitely a typical New Glarus in the fact it's going to be made for anybody to enjoy, but not to be your top beer.
Yeah.
Everything I've had by New Glarus so far seems to always be that way for me. It's always that good middle of the road beer, easy to pound a case of, especially some of their stuff. Not necessarily this, but that able to drink a little more of, share with anybody. Oh, you like stouts?
Yeah.
You can drink this.
Yeah.
Oh, you
What's
don't
the
like
ABV
stouts,
on
you
it?
still might be able to drink
Yeah.
this.
What's the ABV?
I don't think it said.
I mean, I could drink a 6-pack of it.
Oh yeah, it'd be easy to go down.
I mean, I would say,
Doesn't say.
yeah.
My guess is if I remember right, 5.5.
Okay.
I can look up real quick while you guys are talking, since John has
Yeah.
What are
first
they
score. Anyway.
Yeah, I got a
classifying
score.
it as?
It is just a coffee stout.
It is classified as a stout.
Yep, 5.75.
Pretty
I was
light
close.
for a stout.
Very light. And
That's
so
why I was wondering.
the flavor of it is going to be a greater score than what I'm going to finally give it because of that body. Like, if they could get a richer, thicker body, this would be a 4 real easily for me, I think. Or more. I think the flavor, it's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not overpowering on that roasting because it does have that more of that cold pressed. So, but I'm going to go 3 1/4.
Kinda
It
watery,
just doesn't
though.
quite, it's watery.
I think that's done instead of aiming for that 4 though, and having to be a smaller niche market to enjoy it.
Yeah.
By being the way it is, Matt and I
More
were kind
mass
of talking
market
about
appeal.
it. I can
for
give it
sure.
to you guys who love stouts, or I can give it to somebody who's maybe more on the fence about stouts.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be that
Be a good
easily.
gateway.
It's a good
Stout
gateway
stout.
stout,
Yeah.
which we've talked about with IPAs a lot. Gateway IPAs,
Get your toe in the water with it.
which I think that would be a good gateway stout.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you're right. So you said 3 1/4, John?
Yes, 3 1/4.
Give it a 3.5.
I'm going to go with John on a 3 1/4. I think 3 1/2's what I would give it with a heavier body. I don't think it would be a 4 even with a heavier body, but I think it would be a 3 1/2 for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 3 1/4, which I think makes it a 3 1/4.
It's a real solid beer. Personal
Yeah.
preference, I think, body wise.
We like thicker bodies, as you can tell. We want our beer as thick as us, okay? 3 Ks and 3 Cs. Just thick. Bunch of eyes in the
There's
middle.
more eyes.
Bunch of eyes in the middle, so thick.
Yeah,
A lot of eyes and a bunch of Ks and a bunch of Cs and a bunch of.
And on that note, Russell says he's bowing out.
Later,
Hey,
buddy.
good luck on the show, Russ.
Don't forget on every night but Mondays to listen to. To Nightcap with Hecubus on Turfs Up Radio. Although his show is on usually past us. He starts at 8 o'clock at night on Turfs Up Radio. Actually, he ends about the same time as us, too, doesn't he?
About 9, so it's
So right about it. No, he ends at 10. So, right?
yeah,
he ends at 10.
Yeah, so he does 2 hour
So
show.
when we're done, hop onto his. It's a great thing to listen to. He always has cool guests. Thursday is us. But he has a lot of cool guests.
I
Beer
wanna
Life Helen's been on the show a lot.
I
A
want
bunch
to
of others.
shout out. I was on whether it was a week or 2 ago when he did the Beer Life Sports segment.
Oh, yeah.
That segment is really, really fun, and I'm going to give away some of his trade secrets. He writes the script of that segment like 30 minutes before the show.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know. He does an amazing job with it, and basically he does this. He takes a sport that's a real sport, but does like a off funny version of it. So
Kind of a spoof of it.
yeah, so like the episode I did, it was pole vaulting, but they used a pool cue. You know?
Pool cue pole vaulting?
Yes, exactly what it was. And it was just a really great time. I guess the guy who won, he had been a champion rugby player in a previous episode, so that was really cool. He switched up sports, and it still was good.
Make sure you listen to Turfs Up Radio from 8 to 10 Eastern to listen to Nightcap with Hecubus. He's a great dude, great show. Plays a assortment of music.
Oh, yeah.
Anything from country to rock to...
Yeah, I've heard some hip-hop.
There's been some hip-hop. There's been a little bit of everything on that.
Does he play Peaches, though?
The good one, not his
Pain
version.
Away.
Not his version.
Probably doesn't play Fuck the Pain Away.
Peaches. By Presidents of the United States.
See, that's the good version.
See,
Or
yeah, I
Fuck
mean,
the Pain Away by Peaches.
I can just ask one question, I can get 2 different answers, and they're both right.
Yeah, so that was that.
Yeah, 10 more minutes, so we can either shoot some shit or open up a new one.
We can do another one because we've tended to go slower on the back hour lately.
Yeah.
So I think we can go ahead and probably have one more.
All right.
It's up to you guys.
Let's do
Or we can wait and do all 4 next hour.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Let's go.
So yeah, beer. Our next beer is our Black is Beautiful Imperial Stout at 10%. This one is by the Beer Research Institute out of Stapley Drive, Mesa, Arizona.
Yep.
It was sent to us by our friend, a craft girl. We did a little beer trade with her. John facilitated that and got it taken care of. The original project started with Weathered Souls Brewing Company, brewed to support justice and equality for people of color. Weathered Souls is out of San Antonio, Texas. And it has reached all over the country.
Yeah. I think even Guinness did a Black is Beautiful.
Hotel Tango did a whiskey Black is Beautiful to also be a participant. Goodwin House did a Black is Beautiful. I think there was another few in Indiana that did them. But I've noted Three Floyds did.
Three Floyds.
But it's kind of reached just about all over the country from coast to coast.
I think so.
It's a cool little project. It reminds me a lot of the Brewed Together series they did for the COVID relief. People are really trying, with everything going on right now, the brewing industry, from coast to coast, even if you don't know people, it tries to pull together. And so this is another project where the brewing community is trying to come together and do something.
That's what I've always kind of appreciated about the brewing industry, because I've been in several industries where it's cutthroat, and if you're a competitor, like, you're going to do everything you can do to shoot them down. In the brewing world,
when done right.
Yeah, and then the craft brewing world, I mean, there's assholes like in any,
There's always a few.
like in any industry, but like for the most part, they're real supportive and of each other, and this is just another great example of that.
Absolutely. But yeah, this Black is Beautiful. So we're hoping it's because we've heard of a lot of really good ones around the country.
Yeah.
The only one we've had so far was not quite
Was the
what we
Goodwin
were hoping
House.
for.
The blackberry was just really off on it. Maybe if it had a chance to age a little bit, it'd be better, but just fresh like that, it wasn't all that. So what they do is Black is Beautiful is a base recipe that every place can put their little spin on.
They can either do just the base, or they can add something. A lot of them add something to make it their own.
Yeah.
Who did the
Originally-
original
Weathered
recipe?
Souls.
Weathered Souls out of San Antonio, Texas.
Good job out of them.
So if you're doing additions to it, does that mean you can kind of like tweak the base recipe? Like
The base is supposed to stay the base.
oh, so they just add extra.
Is my
shit on
understanding.
top
I
of it?
think
Yeah.
they can tweak it still, but it's supposed to be base is supposed to stay at least relatively. Now, if you can't get a hold of an ingredient or don't have it, and you don't need to spend the money on just that beer, then it seems to be okay to switch it up. Because I know the Together or whatever, there was a lot of base ingredient switching because parts of the country can't always get the same stuff. All sorts of things like that. So I know we do have one that isn't an Imperial that's up there, and all the others have been Imperials.
I don't think they just put the word Imperial.
Which is weird since the main part of the label is the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, you said that this one's 10. I mean, that's Imperial territory.
Yeah.
This one is an Imperial.
Also, we got Ugly Pete on. What's up, Pete?
Good Pete, we already shouted you out, bud.
Yeah, we gave you a shout out earlier.
You missed it. You're not getting it now.
No, God no. We don't like you enough to do two.
You gotta go back and watch. Okay, so smoother but weird metallic flavor.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure how to put my finger on what it was I was tasting, but
Drying.
Roast.
It's drying.
like the initial
Yeah.
to your tongue is good, and then about 2 seconds later, it turns into
Takes
this.
a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
Well carbed,
Yeah.
So it just means you have to
Beautiful, smooth.
chug it from start to finish.
creamy.
But it's got good consistency. Yeah.
Creamy at the beginning, but drying at the finish. You get
Yeah.
that creamy mouthfeel, which it's like, ooh, yeah, fuck, where'd it go?
Yeah.
Tongue's dry. And part of that's that astringent metallic taste. You're getting a little
Yeah.
bit of that.
There's some roast in there. I mean, it's not necessarily burnt. It's definitely roast, but it comes back through a little bit later. I don't know.
Damn, that's over 2.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And we still have, what, 2 more? From
If
2
not,
different...
if not 3.
Who keeps buying these?
We have 2 or 3... we wanted to support it.
And each
Oh,
one
fair.
can be different. And I think it might be good. Every place uses different water, and that water profile can definitely impact the flavor of each beer too.
Absolutely.
So
And water is the main ingredient
it's
in all
possible
beer.
to have the same recipe, exactly the same, done in 5 different locations, and it tastes different every time just because of
Yeah,
the water.
because you look at Books and Brews, who uses an RO system, And then you compare them to Pax Verum, who just uses the water that comes out of the ground. They like the water profile there in Fairmount, or no, Fortville. No.
Nope.
Where the fuck is it? I'm drawing a blank on something.
Not Avon.
Fortville, or Paxman. Lapel, thank you.
There we go.
God damn, small towns in Indiana. Out of Lapel, they love the water that comes out of the ground there, so they filter it a little bit, they said, but like, for the most part, it's just
it's
the water.
Yeah.
And then other places do full RO systems, some do all sorts of stuff. Some strip it all the way down and add a ton of stuff back into it.
Remineralization.
Yeah, depending on what.
If only knew a water guy.
Coming from the guy who used to work it, call again.
Yeah. Well, Pete says he knows a good water guy, too. I'm not sure who that is, but...
That's not him, that's for sure.
Hey, Pete, send me your logo.
Yeah.
Need JPEG of your logo.
Yeah, for the computer and for the banner. But business while working.
Yes,
but
plus the mic's getting ordered. Yes.
Yes, it
I
is.
just got confirmation.
Nice. Did you do it while we were here?
I texted him early.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's funny.
From the Water Flakes, Minnetonka.
At least it's not brewed from Michigan waters.
I was trying to think of that city and I couldn't. I was going to say
Flint.
that earlier. Yeah, Flint.
Flint. Oh.
Bet there's not very many breweries in Flint, Michigan right now.
Oh, damn it.
No.
But seriously, can we get them clean water? Like, in all fairness.
That's a great segue. Brett's actually another intelligent question here, Tyler.
What is going on with my brother tonight?
We're using the word, RO system. People that are in the biz or have done water stuff are aware of what that is.
Reverse osmosis. And then Matt will be the guy that can go into that one.
Take the
I can describe it a little bit, but
Go ahead, Matt.
it's typically a 3-stage filtration. There's one that gets the sediment, one that gets the chemical matter,
I could do the
and the
dumbed-down
third
version,
one
but I
is
don't.
the one that it's basically, you think of like a roll of paper towels. That's the actual osmosis membrane. Sucks the water from the outside in and traps even smaller particles. That way, when it gets out of those 3 stages of filtration, you got really, really spanking clean water.
It's tasty. Books and Brews, we started, Jake, John, and I came up with the idea to start kegging our RO water and putting it in the pull tap.
Yep.
So we had cold, crisp, clean as shit RO water for people to drink while they were there.
It would carb up a little bit, so not quite full seltzer mode.
And then we
but a little bit.
Then we started adding syrups to it for the kids' sodas.
Yep.
Yeah. John and I were always thinking.
Yep.
And then we just made Jake do it.
Yeah. That was a dynamic that worked well.
John and I came up with ideas. Well, John and I came up with ideas. I got Jake to do it. Jake did it.
Yep. It worked. It was a very, very good dynamic.
But yeah, that's
Rating time.
I'm about to say 2 minutes, boys.
man, I'm
Get
trying
it
to
done.
Your turn. You go
My
first.
turn. I was very hopeful for it at my very first taste. Like,
that creaminess at the beginning fools
right
you.
at my
It
very
starts off
first,
very
my
strong.
very first sip, I would have rated it higher than I would now. But yeah, it's just got that metallic-y finish. I don't care for it. Overall, it's not a bad beer. We'll say 2 1/4.
I'm having troubles grading it. I think it's a little better than the Gugman House one. I know we're not supposed to really compare, but it's hard not to in this case.
Same damn.
Which I
taste.
believe I gave the Gugman one either a 2 or 2 1/4, which is irrelevant really because I can't figure out where in the hell to put this thing. I'm gonna have to go, even if I gave the Gugman one a higher score, based on maybe the I did like the berry flavor more than you did.
Yeah.
So maybe if I'm lower on this one, so be it. I'm gonna give it a 2. I think the drying, astringent, almost chemical roast at the end is bugging the shit out of me.
It is not that cold pressed coffee.
No.
No.
And it wasn't like, this one had a fair shot because it was getting compared to like an average stout.
Yeah.
Not a, we've had some that have come after just stupid high, really good stouts, and then you're like, I kind of feel bad for you because you don't have a chance. And this is not one of those.
Not one of those,
Yeah, I'm giving it a 2.
I was gonna go 2 1/4, so
It's a 2 1/4.
2 1/4.
I'm the low man this
It
time.
did not have stiff competition up to this point.
No, it's been a little bit of a low night so far.
Yeah.
I do have very high
I
faith.
have faith in hour
We're
2.
going to bounce back.
The next 2 out of 3 for sure. Hop and Frog is also a very solid
And
brewery.
they've done some good stuff.
Now,
so.
we have had a couple by them that didn't quite live up to expectations, but their stouts that we've had have typically been
Yeah.
pretty solid. So I'm excited for all 3 of hour 2, which that means we are at hour 2. It just hit 8 o'clock. So we are going to hop off here for a 5-ish minute break, sometimes less. You'll get our screen that kind of shows our partners, which is already up now, but you'll kind of get a full coming back soon screen. Hold on, wait for us. Hour 2 is going to be stupid good beers. We're going to hear more from Steve and maybe a little more about Books and Brews or his band or yada, 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 yada.
Whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants, whatever we want. Maybe we don't want him to talk. Who knows? He's just the face today. We brought him to be pretty.
I even tried to grow out my white trash beard for the show. I got this patch right over here that just won't really come in, but I was like, man, I'm gonna go on the Two Guys Bearded show, and I gotta have a little bit of something on here, you know.
Two Guys Bearded show.
Today I'm Two Guys Bearded.
Well, I mean, Jordan was afraid people would like you more. That's why she made me wait so long to let you be on the show. So, but come back here in about 5 minutes, guys. We love you. Thanks for watching. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Dog being Q.
With us today,
Steve Fox.
behind the camera,
Oscar and Matt.
we love you guys. See you in a few. Welcome back to hour number 2 of Two Beerded Guys. I am, as always, TBG_ops guy.
Mudhog BNQ.
In case you didn't know that,
Beer
'cause
and barbecue.
evidently Matt, who's been doing this show with us since we started, didn't know that was his
I
Instagram
don't know, I
name.
might have heard it, but it's kind of in one ear out the other, and then when I just read it, it looked weird.
Our guest today,
Stephen Fox, owner of Books and Brews Noblesville.
check him out at Hamilton
Oh.
Town Center.
Assertively said.
And the guy behind the camera, the one, the only, who doesn't count.
I'll scream that.
Had to make sure to throw that in there. You know?
Right.
I've been nice. I told him I appreciated him earlier. It didn't sit right. So, you know, I had
Thank
to...
you, yeah.
Yeah, I had to fix that.
Hashtag dish bitch.
Hashtag dish bitch.
Nah, that feels more right.
Any shout outs? Any comments so far?
When we just went
I
re-live.
was going to say we
so-
just came back, John.
Oh, okay.
Could have been some lingering ones.
All we'd have
previous
got,
hour.
all we'd have got were like middle fingers, if anything.
Yeah, well, whenever we clear back to the break screen and come back, it always clears out anything. I tried to read them all before we break, so.
Tabby's not here to make fun of me today. It's weird.
No.
I liked having her back last week to make fun of me on there.
Yeah, she was good.
Mostly because she's quick.
Well, since you asked for comments, Brett says Matt's the one that counts to him, so.
There it is. My own brother doesn't love me. It's fine.
This is a lot.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, he's got a floating little heart.
Oh, yay. Probably my brother still. If he could float a middle finger emoji across, he would.
Oh, can we get that?
I'll message Facebook and see.
Or a floating poo emoji? Like, I'd be cool with that.
So during the break, I brought up something with our guest Steve.
Talk for a minute. I'm going to come back over here.
Sounds good.
Are you gonna find that poo
Random.
emoji for me?
Steve doesn't watch current movies so much, but he loves watching some stuff from a little while ago, back when he was younger, and you know, all that kind of stuff. And he's trying to catch his lovely wife Jordan up on classic movies, stuff that you know we've all seen probably 100 times on different times. And what are some of the movies when you got married she hadn't seen and you're catching her up on?
So I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correct, she had not seen Forrest Gump, but we've corrected that.
Good, good.
I don't believe she loves it half as much as I do, but that's okay. She still liked it.
Good. At least you liked that one.
She did.
Because what one did you guys just watch the other day and she wasn't a
We
fan of?
just watched Spaceballs, and she could not have been less interested.
It disappoints me because Mel Brooks is like my all-time favorite.
Damn it.
It's classic.
I love me some Mel Brooks, and when I saw the post that she wasn't a fan, it broke my heart a little bit.
In fact, she argued because I had said that she hadn't watched Blazing Saddles, and she claimed that she hadn't. And I was like, yeah, that's because you made me turn it off after like 10 minutes, so you don't even recall. So, you know, she'll, you know, I'm wearing her down though. She's, you know.
Just keep at it. Just keep at
I
it.
will. I will.
Because, yeah, some of these movies that you... And I forget the one you posted like a month ago. But there was one that was another one. I remember
That's what I'm
just
saying.
looking at it going...
What the hell it was.
I remember
I'm
just
like,
looking at your post going,
yeah.
huh?
Now I haven't introduced her to Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Ooh,
which I need
you
to.
gotta do that.
Oh man, that's
Do
classic.
I like dating high school girls?
No, that's wrong movie.
No,
That's
that's
Days
Days Confused. Damn it.
Yeah.
Fast Times is the one with... Shit, I do that every time.
Spicoli.
Spicoli, yeah. I
Yeah.
do that every time almost. Which that would be a good one too. Days
Mr.
Confused.
Hand. Yeah.
She hadn't seen
When we
it.
came back
I
from
need to
the-
check and see, babe. Have you seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh man, it's
I mean, it should
classic.
stream that.
Oh man,
I don't know.
It starts back
There
there.
were
Oh.
lots of great '80s movies.
there were, especially comedies.
And
Lots
action
of great
movies.
comedies.
Yeah.
Lots of action movies. I'm not gonna say great action movies.
That's when like horror movies and action movies were both at their pinnacle was the 80s.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about.
I'll give you
movies.
horror, 70s and 80s and horror. Yeah.
And that's when the slasher film started. We had,
Yeah.
you know, Michael was there. Yeah,
Michael started in
Myers-
79.
Yes, 79. So basically, he was 80, and then
Jaws was,
Jaws isn't a horror
you
movie.
know, but
People include it in horror all the time.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's a fish movie.
Lots of people die, and there's a lot of guts.
That's because the mayor of the town is a moron.
fair.
There's a giant shark killing people. Send them into the water. Just.
Right? Oh.
Did we just get cookies brought down?
Oh.
Snap.
Palate cleanser.
Wow.
This is going to go really
Thank
good with
you.
some stouts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just delivered them.
Tell Brookie we love her.
Thank you.
John's oldest daughter made us cookies. This is the
Nice.
greatest Monday ever, I think.
Ever.
This might offset the terrible, terrible beer we ingested.
Yeah, first hour wasn't great on the beer.
No.
Our best 2 rated beers are both at 3.25.
But what we're going to do to offset that this hour, Tyler?
What we're going to do to offset it this hour is attempt to drown it in sorrows. Starting with... I wish it was the beer was actually called Drowning in Sorrows. That would have been amazing. That would have been a
If
perfect
you're watching,
segment.
that's a great beer name.
Beer name, Drowning in Sorrow.
We call dibs. And sorrow.
For our
Ooh.
secret project.
Yeah, that's what we should name our...
I think they need one like shit show.
Okay, shit show.
Claim.
We're having a little tricky to get on the shelves, though. Can we get that one cleared?
We ain't putting our shit on
Not for
shelves.
our secret project.
Yeah.
We're good.
Super secret.
Our next beer
Super
is by Bombastic Brewing, which we've so far gone 2 for 2 on.
Yeah.
Excellent beers from them. This was sent to us by a friend of ours. I'm excited to try it. This is actually, we kind of did it backwards. This is actually the base beer for the one we did last time, but we were really excited for the one we did last time. So This one's called Malice. I love the logo. Can't wait to show you. It has a crow with a mask on, a baseball bat, getting ready to beat the crap out of a cardinal.
Is the lead brewer Shaggy?
That kind of hits home a little bit, though, because, you know, I went to Ball State, the Cardinals, and I'm from Ohio, the state bird also being the Cardinal.
So is Indiana.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the Indiana bird's a cardinal.
No,
Imperial.
Ohio called it.
I thought the state bird was a Buckeye, but whatever.
You're from
I
Ohio,
know.
too, John.
I know.
Sad that you missed my reference.
Everything's a
I
Buckeye
wasn't
from
listening.
Ohio.
Sorry.
Shaggy, head
Shaggy.
brewer. It's called Bombastic.
Oh.
Baby Fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I see
Yeah,
what you're
sorry.
on
That went right over my head.
Bombastic.
Yeah, I apologize. That did go right over
I
my
was
head.
like, come on, man.
Imperial Stout with coffee and
It's not funny anymore.
Well,
Thanks, Dick.
You had to explain
Shaggy.
it.
It's not funny in general.
I was like, Scooby-Doo.
when he first said it, or when he said it that second time, I was like, Scooby Doo? What the fuck?
I
I'm like,
thought
looking
maybe
at
it's a murder. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
Casey
Investigating.
Kasem, maybe-
Casey Kasem.
Yeah, a darn dog.
But it's an Imperial Stout with coffee and vanilla at 10.5%. A rich Imperial Stout with hints of dark chocolate, balanced with a heavy-handed helping of coffee and Indonesian vanilla. And again, their logo is the dude smoking a pipe with a top hat. I love it. It's classic. They say they know beer, and so far they've been right. But I gotta show you this logo, this label, because it is fantastic.
Poured the beer first.
I want to show the. I want to show it. I'm
He can't
sorry.
pace himself.
I got
No,
excited.
he did get excited. I know, me too. That's why I want fucking beer.
I got excited.
I always leave it on can cam.
That's fine. You'll see the cookies and John playing with his beard. At least he's not playing with his cookies.
Is that a reference I'm missing?
John, say something for once.
Something.
It's not just my job to
Oh,
talk.
yeah, sorry.
Tyler gave
I was
me
watching
good
this.
head.
Damn straight
He
he
said head.
Got your back, baby.
30 going on 13.
Sorry, Jordan, I'm claiming him. Ooh, I'm
Who's
excited
got
for
the
this.
better head, me or Tyler?
It was absolutely Steve.
His whole glasses. His is bigger.
Does that also denote the best?
In this case, we'll say yes. I've been told it matters, you know?
I just noticed that the crow is also making a skull-shaped shadow.
It looks more like the number 8 from this angle. From that angle, it is a skull. It actually is a skull.
Oh, yeah.
But from this angle, straight up looks like a number 8.
Well, now it looks like a skull no matter how you look at it because you know it's there.
Yeah.
Can't unsee it.
But
Yeah.
I do think it's funny, like, straight up, that crow is about to just destroy that cardinal. He is in very bad shape.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
All right, hey.
Okay.
Well, beer of the night so far.
So far.
I
I do think it's a little overly roasty. Balances a little bit more towards roast than the Indonesian vanilla or whatever it's from.
think I like the roast a little bit in this. Mostly because as the base beer, I see what they've done with it now that we've had the secondary of it. Because one we had last time was this with a few extra things and then
I forget what.
a higher ABV too, if I remember right. But this is kind of like the base recipe, and I kind of see how it plays in the future. so that kind of gives me an idea. But overall, I like the flavor. I wish there was just a hint more vanilla.
Yeah, I feel like I'm drinking coffee here. Like I'm getting that heavy coffee roast. A lot of the bitterness from a coffee.
Which I've got to take the opposite approach here, where we're talking about how people were crediting the
Hold on.
smooth brew.
Just take the whole
damn
cookie.
How the cold pressed coffee was smooth and everything. We weren't getting that roastiness. I kind of, despite the fact I don't drink coffee, prefer that roastier, bolder flavor that this one's providing. So I prefer this to that lighter coffee flavor myself.
I
bet this is going to go really good with this.
Oh yeah, sometimes I know what I'm doing, John.
think I'm going to take this label.
That just raised the score like a whole 3/4 of a point.
I think I'm going to take this label.
Thanks, Brookie.
I think it's fine.
That's fine. Yes, thank you, lovely daughter.
Yeah. And thank you to the owner of Bombastic for sending us more beer.
That is also a delicious cookie. These complement each other quite well.
Sorry, guys. I know we're supposed to be like...
No, it
friendly
literally,
about
literally, this pairs perfectly because the sweetness of the cookie and the roasty of the stout. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can pair that up.
That's the
if you're
balance.
watching, but yeah.
That's the balance I'm looking for.
I'm sure this was warm chocolate chip cookies. It was a fucking home run all day.
We're a classy show here.
Oh, yeah.
Just stop what we're doing and eat cookies.
They're not gonna eat themselves, Tyler.
Is it my turn? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, it's my turn anyways. It is a little roasty, but I thought the flavor profile was fantastic. It's a 10.5% beer. It backs it up.
Yeah, it drinks way smoother than 10.
It backs it up with the body without the boozy.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So this could easily, and we've talked about it with every Bombastic beer we've had so far, it would absolutely be a Pete DUI shelf beer.
Yeah.
That 10.5%, and no, Pete doesn't have one. He calls the sneaky beers.
As far as we know, Pete doesn't have a DUI shelf. You might. That might be the DUI shelf.
Yeah. Anything that's high ABV but doesn't drink like it, we call it the Pete's DUI shelf beer, because those are the ones that you drink 3 of and go, oh shit. You know, as you start to drive home and do the,
cool,
nope. Or the, I'm cool.
I've only had 3.
What about you a couple Saturdays ago?
No, that was in the morning after.
Yeah.
And I still turned around.
We've got a lot of people like putting dibs on these beers that we don't have. Jordan and Brett are both like, bring me one. So sorry.
Is that
everybody.
cookies or beer?
No, it's the beers.
I'm assuming the beer, but maybe the.
I don't know. Jordan might be telling Steve to bring
I
home a
was gonna say,
cookie.
Jordan's probably asking for the cookies. Hey, I'm not mad at her. These are damn good cookies.
There's a reason to call her Brookie Cookie.
If you're requesting the beer, this is our final remaining Bombastic that we had. If you're asking for cookies, we are going to eat them all. Sorry. Not sorry.
We'll send one home with him. When you're done with yours, Matt, can you rinse before we get to the Cookie Monster? I want to make sure it's well balanced on this one.
Jordan's clarifying. Cookies!
See, I know.
Shock.
That's right.
Yeah.
Man, I'm having troubles grading it. I'm going to go with a 3.75. The other 2 Bombastics we've had have either been 4 or higher. I do think this one's very good.
Yeah.
But it's not the Bombastic I'm going to search out. If I'm looking for Bombastic beers, it's going to be the other ones we've had. Those just rich, over the top. But as a base beer, or a slightly changed base, this Malice is fantastic. And if you're in the area, grab it. As always,
Where are they out of?
It's either
Utah.
Idaho. No, it's Idaho or Iowa. I think it's Idaho.
No, it's Utah or Idaho.
Haley, Idaho.
Yep.
It's canned, they're in that area. So, yeah. It is fantastic beer, but they distribute out into Washington.
Yep.
Because they do, like, Washington, Idaho, and, like, one other state. But they're fantastic brews.
Yeah.
That one's another good one. But
The owners actually watched before and commented. And
So
I
is
really
the head
appreciate
brewer.
that. Yeah.
But I'm going to go with a 3.75. John?
So, my thoughts on it, it's about the thinnest acceptable body for a stout I'll go with because it's not heavy. It's not even really, I wouldn't necessarily call it a medium body. It's kind of right in that line between thin and medium. And so, it wasn't even until the last sip that I've noticed, it's slightly thin.
Are you saying you call that slim thick?
Slim thick, yeah. So
But
I
only
think-
one I, one C, one K.
It's a medium.
It's a
Yeah, it's
medium.
medium. So, I mean, I'm not going to knock it for that
Medium.
because I think it fits this beer. It's a little bit overly roasty for my own personal preference. However, as you just witnessed, you pair it with some sort of dessert, and it's killer. If I rate the stout and the cookie, I'm like a 4.75. But just since the rule is this beer, I'm going to go 3.75.
Since the rule is this beer.
Yeah, great. Definitely pair it with your favorite dessert. But yeah, 3.75.
Steve?
Standalone, I give it about a 3.25. It's good flavor, a little bit too, I don't want to say metallic-y like the other one, but it definitely kind of has that dryness to it on the finish. And it doesn't have as thick and rich of a stout body as I was wanting to see that I thought we were going to get with it as well. So still a good beer, good flavor. A little bit too dry for me on the finish.
Gotcha.
But,
I think it's that roast that's getting you.
Yeah, but
3.5.
but
3.5.
for 10%,
Oh, you drink that all day. That
drink's
is definitely
fucking nice.
yeah.
10.5. Get it right.
10.5. I mean, yeah, pretty nice though.
And that's the weakest one we've had by them out of 3 so far, and it still comes out as a 3.5 on our score sheet.
Yeah.
That's a pretty solid run by them so far. We're gonna have to hunt down a few more. Again, check our Untapped for all previous beers.
Over 300 plus.
Just shy.
Okay.
Just shy.
Give it the episode.
Although last week's I don't think's on there yet, so we might be hitting it this week. I think we might be hitting it this week.
Nice.
And that's not including our first 3 or 4 unofficial episodes because we weren't rating them then. We didn't start rating
We
them
need
until
to
we
do a
did.
special episode with food pairings. I think we talked about this before.
I was gonna say
We have, but I really
cookies
don't
is-
like eating on camera that much, except for snack foods. That was a little bit much for me.
Fair.
Because he doesn't breathe when he chews, he just inhales.
At least I know what lettuce is. Okay, man.
I know what it is, I just prefer not to eat it.
But yeah, so our next beer, fuck you, Matt,
Let's
is
go.
this one I definitely will not be eating a cookie during because
Cookie
I
Monster.
want to taste this beer. This is by...
I think we sat some Thin Mints out here, they go great with it.
I mean,
You'd be eating what you're drinking, according to them. This is brewed and canned by Martin House Brewing, the infamous brewers of the pickle beer,
yes.
the Hot Cheetos beer, the Dunkaroos beer,
Dunkaroos beer.
which unfortunately we haven't had 2 out of 3 of those, but we've had the pickle beer and it's amazing.
We do have another one coming on the way, though.
Really pickled.
Huh?
beer,
We do have another...
We do have
Beer
another
is coming on the way.
Martin House coming, another stout, I believe, right, Matt?
Yes.
So Martin House is based out of Texas, the Austin area. It is this one.
Dallas Fort Worth.
I think you couldn't contain
Yeah, you're right.
that.
It's Fort Worth.
I love it when he's wrong.
Okay. Don't fucking can.
You're doing great, Tyler. Keep
It's out
going.
of Fort Worth,
I mean,
Texas.
just read.
12%. This one is the Cookie Monster Whiskey Barrel Aged Imperial Thin Mint Stout. We reached out to someone on Instagram and was able to get this sent to us. John did a little work on that one and took care of us. You'll see the logo or the can art here in a minute. It is kind of creepy as fuck. Cookie Monster looks like he's dead inside.
Yeah, but it's still amazing artwork.
Oh,
Aren't we
yeah.
all, though?
Aren't they all?
For sure.
This is was brewed in 2020. It was released actually right before
It's
we
gonna be a
ordered
little
it.
hot, yeah.
It is 100% unblended. Original gravity was 26.2.
That's high.
Yeah, it is.
That's high.
They watered it down to 12. But the original gravity is pretty damn high.
So final gravity was 12?
The ABV is 12.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But the original gravity was 26.2. I love how they put that on there.
That's
The
gotta be
IBU
worth it.
is 46. It was brewed on May 6th, but of course it's barrel aged, so they held on to it for a little
They
bit.
didn't barrel age for a long time, probably about 3
It
months.
was 3 to 5 months they said was going to be what was in the cans, because I think they were holding some
Okay.
for a second release. Because when you read their release, it says the beer will be 3 to 5 months aged. And I wonder if they're not holding on to some for a second can.
And was it brewed on that date or canned on that date?
Brewed on.
Brewed on, okay.
This Imperial Stout is brewed with peppermint, chocolate, vanilla, brown sugar, and lactose, aged 3 to 5 months in whiskey barrels with cocoa nibs. Okay. So then, after everything they used in it, they then added cocoa nibs to the barrel.
Which is awesome.
Bad. Yeah.
No, I'm so ready for this.
When there's that much shit going on.
Yeah. Probably has some cocoa nib sediment. I had a boss one time at a brewery that shall go unnamed. God rest their soul. The brewery, not the brewer.
I'm about to say, jeez.
Who didn't realize, and he put cocoa nibs straight in, didn't bag them. Damn bastard.
No, that was Deer Creek. Oh! Going unnamed.
Unnamed.
My bad.
So, what are you saying, like, unbagged with the cocoa nibs in this? Like,
So,
Can.
Unbagged, oftentimes, like with hops and other additions, you'll put it in like a filter bag, almost like a tea bag, and you're going to tea bag it and steep it in it.
Pantyhose.
I love teabagging it.
Like a pantyhose, yes. And
It's a paint bag.
and he didn't, and so there was cocoa nibs everywhere, and it stuck. It blocked up the fermenter tank. You could, like, we spent with the valve fully open and a screwdriver trying to pick this shit out so we could transfer the beer. I mean, it was.
Did you sanitize the screwdriver first?
Maybe. Didn't really matter at Deer Creek. It's fine.
Unnamed!
Oh, unnamed.
Can I just say that the Cookie Monster looks like he's like crack Cookie Monster? Like, he is fiending for this stuff and he needs it to survive right now. Like, he's got no...
It's kind of true to character.
Nothing but the whites in his eyes.
Yeah, that
This
is.
smells amazing.
0 pupils.
It's a little creepy.
Piranha
but-
teeth.
Yeah, I love the teeth. He doesn't need those teeth for cookies. Like, what is he eating when he can't get a hold of
reminds
it?
me of the
Lip curl.
plate from Little Shop of Horrors.
Dude, it does.
Yeah.
Feed me, Seymour.
I thought your wife was the one that liked plays and stuff.
Hey,
Hey, that movie's a classic.
that one was on TV when I was a kid.
True.
Brett is observing that Tyler likes teabagging.
I said it was a painter's bag. He's the one that said teabag.
I'm just saying, like, maybe it's an observation. He's got some insight that we don't. I've never seen you play, what was it, Halo?
God, I hate my brother.
And another heart went across the screen. These are timed almost like I feel Brett's doing them.
No shit!
I didn't know any better. This smells like a Girl Scout cookie soup. I love it. I haven't even tried drinking it yet.
I'm not quite sure where I'm at on it. It's good.
The whiskey is
There's
very
not
strong.
much mint to it, though.
See, I'm getting mint. I'm getting
Are
mint
you?
and whiskey.
I definitely get the whiskey.
I'm getting chocolate. A little bit of the thin mint, like mint. Definitely a ton of whiskey barrel.
Yeah.
Which we have another can that we're going to save and age for a while.
I bet that'll
Because as the whiskey dies down, I think you're going to get more of those secondary flavors. Because the barrel is always the flavor you're going to get the most when it's freshest.
Mm-hmm. I said this was going to be hot. 100%.
I'm going to respectfully disagree, boys. I'm, like, getting everything but the whiskey barrel on this one. Like, I'm getting, like, mint. I'm getting chocolate. I'm not getting much whiskey.
I'm definitely getting the chocolate and the mint. But I'm getting a lot of whiskey. But that is good.
I think that's going to sell her well.
It's still good.
I am not upset
And you
with
said
that.
this is 12%?
Right? Oh.
I mean, this is easy drinking for 12%.
Yep, 12%.
Yeah.
Like insane, scary easy.
I love how he's in a kitchen, like if you like the background is a kitchen. It's like he's like snuck down away from the wife, saw cookies and fucking went ravenous, like he had rabies. Like ah! Yes.
Jordan Luger Fox. We're still trying to put a face with that name.
It's Jordan who's been on the show.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh. I was like, well, it's Matt. It's Matt, it wouldn't shock me.
His last name is Fox. I'm not that
You've been
dad.
calling Carrie a girl for like 7 weeks.
He wears a kilt. She says, proud of you, babe. Great reference.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I've learned, well, I didn't really learn that one from her. I knew that one from
If you guys take a
You
look
learned it
a
from
little
her,
sip break on this for a
Steve.
minute, like, I get that
Where'd you
dry
learn
cookie
to learn
finish,
from
like,
watching
from the
me?
Girl Scout Thin Mint. Like,
Kind of a little bit of
Cinnamon can sometimes be a tad bit brittle.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
that like dusty, dry cocoa. Like I'm getting that like haven't been busy talking and bullshitting and not taking a drink for a second. That's like the back of my throat right now. I got that.
Yeah.
That. Yes.
TV for my bungle.
And next we're gonna play a music video.
He said back of throat. Sorry. I grew up watching Beavis and Butthead with Brett when I probably wasn't supposed to be, because that would have been, I was very young when I was watching that with him.
They're coming out with a apparently generation correct version of it soon.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
They remade it and came out again a while back.
They did.
And it was meh.
There was
a funny
couple
parts,
okay
but it was
episodes.
meh.
None of them as good as when they got sent back to kindergarten.
Yeah.
It was Billy Madison.
Huh?
You get sent back to school.
Oh, yeah. I am Cornholio. All sorts of stuff. But I don't like the idea of a generational correct one.
Yeah.
Because everybody's too political
Yeah,
correct
don't
now.
make any jokes about anybody.
Yeah. How do you make a Beavis and
I don't
Butthead
know.
now?
I'm kind of interested to see it just because.
Like, there's no
Like,
MTV
what
to
the
play
hell?
music videos, so what are they gonna watch in the segment breaks?
I'm just like wondering if they're
YouTube?
gonna walk around with cell phones and be like
Generationally correct.
watching,
It's gonna be Twitch.
Looking at memes.
looking
and
at
shit.
looking
Maybe
at
they'll watch Two
TikTok.
Bearded Guys make fun of us.
Two Bearded Guys make fun
Beavis
of
and
us.
Butthead doing TikTok.
Then we know
Right?
we're gonna arrive.
It could be funny as shit.
That's got a good point. Beavis and Butthead like doing TikToks while looking at memes and shit.
And watching
You gotta
Fortnite
figure
and
out
play.
they'll have cell phones.
Oh yeah, they
and
can make fun of
shit,
people playing
so
Fortnite,
it could be pretty
Minecraft, and all that
entertaining.
shit.
It could end up being okay
That could
funny.
work.
Come to think
Okay,
about
yeah,
it.
we've come around on this,
Yeah,
haven't
we went from no chance in hell to. I mean, this has a shot.
We literally just talked ourselves into this.
I'm trying to give it a chance.
we? That was an evolution right there.
I'm kind of excited to watch it now. How did that fucking happen?
Speaking of giving a chance, what about this beer, boys?
I'm savoring it right now.
I know. I
It
took
is
my
definitely a
last sip.
sipper.
It was a bittersweet sip.
It's got some ass to it. And I like ass. I'm an ass man.
Same.
And Jordan says can't confirm.
Not much delay on that, is there?
It is on. Those comments are fast.
Time, yeah.
Somebody watching or Jared said that ours are faster than a lot of YouTube shows.
Awesome.
And then Facebook's just right. It's real
Almost.
close too. So depending on, she's probably watching on Facebook.
Yeah.
But even YouTube, he said ours are faster than any other YouTube shows he watches.
Nice.
So he goes,
No
I don't know.
delays for us.
He
Yeah.
said it must be what we use because everybody uses their own different streaming service a lot of times for these because they simulcast like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, whatever you guys are using is working.
Good.
I was gonna say they don't all have an off-screen mat, but you know,
Yeah.
I guess that's not the case on this.
No,
one.
they make money and probably have better, but
Aw.
More expensive.
more expensive, not
More
better.
expensive
That's right.
does not always mean better.
Don't worry, Matt. If we ever make money, you'll get a
I was gonna
salary.
say, there's no money coming. There's anything's more expensive than me. I'm practically throwing this away.
Hey, we offered to give you a small percentage of the company.
So you could write off.
You guys aren't making anything either.
Taxes, tax break, baby.
Tax write-offs, baby.
Can I,
Our
write,
LLC's a giant tax break.
can I tax right off the beer that I buy?
Yes. Yes. That's the whole point. IRS, if you're watching.
He's over here going, "That's not why I own one. It's fine."
Trust me, it still doesn't work.
Woo. Oh,
Own your
It'd be
business,
funny if it
kids.
wasn't true.
I always love hour 2. I really do.
As soon as everything's so loosened up.
Get a little buzz going. Usually
Especially after
dive
you've
into
been
the heavy
drinking
beers.
imperial stouts all night, at an average of 9 to 10%.
Well, I
And
think
then
we've
they're
only
getting
had
better.
we only had
we had
one
this
non.
one that's a
Yeah.
4,
Yeah, up until meow.
and then this one was a 6.
Something was a 5.
This one's a 6.8. No, that's it.
Something was a 5.
Oh, 5.75 for the New Glarus.
Yeah.
But the IPA was a 6. The R Dry was a 9 something.
Yep.
And then the other stouts not named New Glarus are all 10 or higher. So
Perfect. I think this one's finishing at 15. I didn't double check, but
Gotta love Hoppin' Frog.
You know,
Dude, 13.8.
13. Okay.
It's a little low for
a
them.
little low for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 13.8?
Hop and Frog, I have
Got
noticed,
Frog.
it's literally like, we'll make, for the most part, they make really good beers.
Sounds like we should give them a rinse then.
But they
Fair
tend
shake.
to do their best at basically going, you know what, we're just going to make the ABV so high
Thank you, sir.
that even if the beer doesn't turn out like we wanted,
It's gonna be super high.
it's going to be high enough that you just get drunk and you
It'll
don't
get
care.
you drunk.
So back to, because we didn't rate it all,
Oh, no, we
the
haven't.
Cookie Monster. We went off on a big long tangent.
Yeah, we did. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Not
that
really.
happens.
Not
Hour
really.
2. It's fine.
No,
I think it's
not
me, right?
Yeah, it's you.
So, all the flavors are there. They're not quite balanced yet at this point. I think aging it's going to balance them a little bit more. Like, I'm really excited. Like, tune in a year to watch us drink the second one that we have. Because I think it's going to be absolutely monster at that point. All the basics are here to be really good, just not quite balanced. So, I'm going to go this beer this time a 4. I will definitely search it out again, but I'll probably cellar it more and not drink it hot right away.
When we drink the one that's cellared, I definitely want to also score it.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious to see if it changes. But Steve?
I give it a 3.75.
Steve is a picky-ass motherfucker.
I mean, depending on how you comma that could be a whole different sentence. Same.
Don't eat grandma, kids. I'm gonna get.
I will say this though, real quick.
He didn't
I'm
say
going to
it's
cut
an
you
accident.
off. I agree with both of you. I think in the right time, this is easy a 4+. It's young. It's the flavors haven't developed. It's still kind of strong on the boozy side. I think it could easily be much more once it's got time to settle.
Yeah.
I think a 6 month. I don't even think it has to be that long. I think 6 months would be. Because it still has a lot of unfiltered ingredients in it, so you can't let it wait too long or they settle real bad and it's hard to get them mixed up as well. I think 6 months would be perfect for that whiskey to kind of mellow out.
Yeah. Let some of the flavors come out a little bit more.
6 months to a year.
I think it's going to be a beautiful beer.
That's assuming we can wait 6 months to drink it. Luckily, we have a shit ton more beer coming in Thursday.
Yeah.
My score is going to be... I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
I think it is a beer even if I had to drink it the same day I bought it. I would still search it out.
Yeah.
I mean, we technically searched it out this time, but that's just
Yeah.
because they don't distribute to here.
And it sounded fucking tasty.
Yeah, it did.
And it is tasty.
I mean, whiskey, barrel-aged, thin mint, like, who doesn't want to try that? That and that can art is,
Sick.
yeah. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 as well, so that should average out to a 4, correct?
Yep.
But that'll be a 4 on the Two Beerded Guys score. I think a 3.75 is a fair score for it. I just had to give Steve shit. But I'm excited to see what it is in 6 months to a year. I really am.
That's going to age really well, I'm sure. Yep. Excited for it.
That was tasty.
Okay.
Politely disagreed, boys.
Oh, yeah. For those that don't count.
Yeah, for those that don't count, I'm gonna be the voice of reason here. Like, I don't know if I got a different part of the can than you guys did, but mine.
I literally
I know
pour
you
a little
did.
bit in every glass and then pour the last bit in every glass.
I saw you. I watched you do it, but all right. There's been other beers we've had where depending on what part of the pour you got, there's a different flavor that kind of came out normal. Not something we experienced in stouts. I don't know, but I had a really good balance on this one. Like, it had the booze on the finish, but it wasn't like pronounced strong up front. I got the peppermint. I got the chocolate. Like, everything to me was in a good balance on mine. I was a little surprised that it wasn't hotter with more of that bourbon flavor to it on when I was drinking. Honestly. Like, I would go above what you guys were doing. Like, I would go like 4.5. Like, I think it was damn good.
Hell yeah.
That's why he doesn't count.
No, if it had blended, like, that's what I'm expecting it to be. I'm expecting it to be 4.5 or higher when we taste it next.
I mean, I thought the balance overall was great. It was just, it was very hot for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what it is to me was a 4 this time. But I guess Matt has a right to his own opinion.
I mean, it's not like it counts.
Exactly.
I can have it.
Yeah. So our next beer is Hoppin' Frog's Taurus, the Tyrant. Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout, Triple Oatmeal Russian Imperial Stout. Bourbon Barrel Aged Taurus, the Tyrant Triple Imperial Stout, is a super tasty triple oatmeal. So it literally stands for triple oatmeal Russian Imperial Stout. Is a rich, dark, and flavorful, just the way we like it. This beer is intense, reaching a whole new level of taste, a wonderful complexity and depth imparted from aging in select bourbon barrels. Rich flavors and aromas of oak, vanilla, and whiskey abound to perfectly complement the intense character of Taurus. Specifications 13.8% ABV and 65 IBU. In today's God, they have more. In today's fast-paced world, it's often difficult to find the quality. Oh, it's the same thing Hop and Frog always puts. So I'm not reading that again. We've done that every time. All right, yeah. I'm excited for it. I do think it's funny. There's a fucking tank.
It'll get you drunk.
Oh, it'll definitely get you drunk. And we've noticed it. Almost everything we've had from them has been pretty solid for the most part. But even if it's only like a 3 or 3.5, it's gonna get you hammered, and you're like, man, I kind of want to give it a higher score just because
it's going to get you.
You're going to feel good, especially if you're drinking a bottle like this by yourself.
This was a find at Conn's. Conn's Fine Wine and Spirits in Indianapolis. So definitely a really great liquor store in the area.
Salt shaker trick with your glass?
There was a bunch of water in the bottom of it.
Fucking sea bass.
Sea bass got us.
Yeah.
Sea bass? Yeah. Hey, sea bass.
Well, see you later.
As everybody got the Dumb and Dumber reference immediately.
Oh, this is tar, baby.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
I'm appreciating this pour. That's a big ass bottle.
And it was full literally to there.
The way we like them.
The way we like them.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Dark brown head. I so had to.
Steve and I are children.
Oh, this is a boozy nose, boys.
Oh, boys.
He said head.
Damn.
We get a little rotation on the...
Got some stank on it.
Mm-hmm.
God, that is chocolate in color.
Shit. Oh shit.
That is a rich, soft bite.
Wow.
A lot of roast at the end, but balanced really well with the barrel.
Yeah. Like I just went through like this. I get the oak. I got a little bit of that, just like it described. I mean,
Yeah.
they fucking nailed it.
Once the whiskey burned off the original top, I breathed it out my nose. It does.
Hey,
man.
put it light up lighter in front of you after a
Right?
drink. Whoosh!
Man.
I will not say that this surprises you. This is definitely as boozy as the ABV says.
Yeah, it's as advertised.
It's not in a bad way, like,
No.
but it is one of those where you read 13.8%, you drink like it's 13.8%.
It's oak. It's vanilla. It's bourbon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
The flavors are really in your face, really good. It's not. It doesn't finish dry and kind of metallic-y like some of the others
No.
have. It actually stays kind of silky smooth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a rich,
Yeah, that's
soft,
a surprising nice
smooth
finish to it.
mouthfeel.
I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, that's not bad either, boys.
Well, we've laughed more on this show than I think we have in a while over the most immature shit, and I love it.
That's what you brought me on for.
Damn straight, Steve. I mean, when you bring a rock star on, you're expecting it, right?
Creme brulee or sugar cream pie.
To go with it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sugar cream pie.
Creme brulee all day.
I think both
No.
are the right answer.
bourbon.
Bourbon balls.
Oh, that too.
Because of balls.
Damn. I was thinking, why am I drawing a blank? I'll think of it in a minute. I'll think.
Rum balls.
No.
Blanks,
Hazelnut
yeah.
ice cream.
No, it's literally like one of my favorite desserts. I'm straight up drawing a blank.
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
I had some of that. My mom makes a fucking phenomenal tiramisu. I had that for my dad's. Happy birthday, Dad! If you're watching, happy 70th birthday, man.
That's
Oh,
it.
that's a
Wearing
big
it
one.
well. Yep, that's where I was before I came here.
Nice.
Happy
My mom
birthday.
Happy birthday.
had some tiramisu for his birthday, and it was next level shit.
Ah, no, that's not.
If you say vanilla pudding, I'm gonna fucking smack you.
No, God, no.
Figgy pudding.
Bourbon bread pudding. That's what I was thinking of. Because the bread pudding's one of my favorite desserts, and for some reason I was drawing a blank. But when you use the real bourbon sauce in it,
Yeah.
that would be a perfect dessert for this.
Is bread pudding, isn't that just vanilla pudding with like vanilla wafers in it?
I could see
No, that's banana pudding.
Oh.
I could see
Bread
this
pudding
going
is
well
like a bread
me,
basically that has like a lot of
if
syrup
I'm making some
to it.
ribs and I'm spritzing the ribs.
Mm-hmm.
This would go.
That
really
would be a
fucking
really
good
bad
with
waste
that.
of
No, this would be
though.
really good to drink while you're making ribs. Don't waste it.
And
on the
spraying the
ribs.
shitty stout beer on it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But
We've
still,
had
it's
those.
pretty fucking
Spray
good.
the shitty stout on the ribs.
Right.
Yeah.
Drink this.
What kind of IPAs you use Brian with, John? Shitty ones.
Oh, all right. No, you got me. It's fine.
What type
It's
of
just really
language you
good.
have?
Like I would.
Oh, the double name. Oh, sorry.
Hey, another movie request. Big Trouble in Little China. I would also back that.
That'd be
That's
solid.
A fantastic movie.
Have you guys thought of doing like the
Yes.
son of a bitch
We're that far ahead of you.
mystery?
Science Theater 3000?
Yes,
We actually have talked about that. But
that was one of the greatest shows ever.
Why don't we do some?
The
real-
problem with that is, like,
off
everyone's
watching
too
that
lazy.
show.
No one wants to tweet. We just want to drink and watch movies.
that's the biggest issue.
So,
I've tried.
They just sat
Don't
in
do well.
front row and made fun of movies. You can do the same thing with a beer in your hand.
I know
Yeah,
we
but
do.
see, the problem is we already have a show that's really long that we do. Then we have to watch the movies. We do our podcasts. We do on locations on occasion. We do, like, man, I'm running out of time to do shit. And I'm the unemployed one.
Yeah.
Like,
He works 3 jobs. Tell him about it.
but that's the thing is I'm unemployed and I'm running out of time.
All
I
right,
mean,
boys.
maybe not every time, but yeah.
I really like
Special.
this.
I've got to say, the fact we
Pretty
had Cookie
impressive.
Monster beer before this, like, when I get a little burp in there, I get a little cookie burp, and that is a magical, magical blend. Let me tell you.
It's like you
guys.
got to remind yourself of the percentage and everything that this has, just because of how smooth it finishes and stuff. I mean, the initial hit with the whiskey flavor and everything you get, it kind of lets you know what you have. But the way it finishes
Yeah, this one
is
it's
not that way at all, which is typically for me opposite.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're very easy on the front end and then kind of smack you in the face on the way out.
Yeah.
But this one kind of hits you on the front end, but then just smooths out as it fades away. Man, is it smooth? It's really nice.
I don't even want to talk so
It's-
much. I just want to curl
Yeah,
up
it's
with
difficult.
you.
It's like you drink it, you can tell that the booze is there, but
This is
it's
a good,
smooth,
like-
it's a smooth boozy.
It's a good like late fall, like 40-some degrees outside
Let's
around
say
the
it's a good
campfire
energy
and
beer.
need something
Let you
to
stand out in
warm
the
you
9
up.
degree sun.
If you don't like oak, whiskey, bourbon,
Chocolate.
you're gonna struggle with this. But I mean, oh
If you like those things, it's got all in spec.
If you don't like stouts, you're going to struggle with this. If you don't like...
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not overly thick. The
But
body's
still-
No, it's not
It's
thick
got good
at all,
texture,
really.
and I don't know if you, John, you're always the guy that does the
the
viscosity.
viscous. Yep.
The
Like-
viscosity.
Viscosity.
A little
Like I
bit
said.
there.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
it's got a good, like, leaves a good, nice caramel color on the glass for
I mean-
a hot second. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a 520 weight. I mean, you know, it's not like a
Yes.
it's not like 2050 Harley oil or anything. I mean, it's that new import 520.
Speaking
shit.
of cars and stuff, what is it that you've been working on and that you like driving around to the car shows and stuff?
my '69 Mustang.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, don't say a Mustang. And he did.
Oh, it's a Mustang.
Ah!
Oh,
I knew it
but
would bug
is.
him. That's half
Is
the
that
reason.
what the Ford Club's in on the Books and Brews crash
It is. I've owned lots. My first car was a '69 Chevelle,
Okay, much better.
and I drove that for about 12 years and raised hell in it, and it was a great car, and I regretfully sold it so that I could go to bike school. But yeah, I'm enjoying my Mustang. It's a lot of fun building it with my dad.
I've kind of
Having
followed
a good
along the building
time.
because you're like completely rebuilding this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like trying to go show car stuff with it. I'm trying to make a nice daily driver, something you can go out, beat on, roast the tires off of it, you know, have a good time. Easy.
You said it, and I looked at all three of them and then back to you. I'm like,
I mean, I did. I don't even plan on painting it. I want it to go fast, stop fast, and just something to have fun, man. I put a rocking stereo in it. Something
Way
to
muscle
just,
car should be.
you know,
Yeah.
it's a toy. It's something to go out and have fun, relieve some stress, and enjoy classic cars. You know?
He's dying over there.
I know I just loaded you with ammo.
Oh my god!
You just stop. I know I just loaded you.
Yo, recock it. It's fine.
I'm struggling over here. But it actually is a gorgeous car, and I don't like Mustangs that well, but you've done a good job on it last time I saw it. So
It's coming along.
6 times a good year for a Stang.
plus the little one seems to enjoy riding around in it.
She does. I just got her a new hot pink car seat for it that is dedicated to it. She loves it. So she's my co-pilot.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So we do have a question about your Stang. How much do you beat on it to make it go?
That's one of the things that came in my head. Had to be my brother.
Amazing.
Had to be my
On
brother.
your head?
In my head. Had to be my brother, right?
Can confirm.
Yes!
Let the record show Tyler's never been more proud.
That's my brother!
Well, we had Mama Dana here to share in the joy.
Shit.
Haven't seen old Sherry on here for a little while. We need some love advice. Love advice with Sherry.
Well,
Danner.
see, the problem
Does she
is-
give it? No, we just give it to her.
She...
Sorry, Tyler. That just kind of happened before I thought about it.
See, the problem is she's got herself a new boyfriend.
Oh, so she doesn't
Oh,
have
she's
one.
And
practicing
so,
the cherry
oh,
love
she ain't.
advice.
That woman is always on a date, so that's why she hadn't been tuning into the show. My mama.
Oh.
She's coming up with new material right now.
Another heart.
There for a while, she'd hop on and watch the show, and especially if we had a female guest, they'd instantly be like throwing ideas out to Mama Dana for dating and love advice and shit like that. Not mom giving them advice,
Right.
them being like, you need to hop back on the horse kind of advice, and I'm usually laughing my ass off, but eventually have to shut them up because it's like, whoa, guys.
Yeah, that's my mom. Jeez.
Like, I'm rooting for mom too, but damn! But
She's got to get some. She's human too, Tyler.
hey, she's in a better mood
Get
when she
some.
does, so whatever. It's better for all three of us boys. She's got herself a new boo right now, so she's busy on every night, it seems like.
Thank you. I don't want to be the first one to do it.
Wow.
Hey, you know?
Every night.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's on dates all the time. I think the other night was the first time she went out with one of her girlfriends in a while, and I was like, thank God! Like, that a girl, Mom? Why? I'm just going out with Sherry. That's why. That's why. You're taking a break. Proud of you.
And Brent just said amen. Not sure of which part of the entire thing.
I can
but-
tell you what it's for. Better mood is what he's aiming at. Because otherwise she starts calling all us boys, and it's like, God damn it. But, yeah. We have a funny relationship in our family. It's fine.
All right.
This beer...
We need to rate, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Steve's turn to go first?
I think
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, yeah, I think it is. Because we have 8 beers today,
Take
so yeah.
one more here and
Yeah.
Steve's been laughing too hard. He hadn't drank that much.
Yeah.
I'm savoring it.
I am too.
Well, this is you
you
gotta
know,
pace yourself on
I'll
this
give
one.
it. I will give it a 4.25.
Okay.
Oh,
nice.
Big score from
Big
Steve.
score.
I give it that just because of the absolute massive volume of it and the intensity of it, yet how easy it is still to drink.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it finishes so nice. The flavors really come out. I mean, it slaps you when you first take a drink,
That it
but,
does.
but man, it instantly just smooths out, and it's impressive for a beer with that. What is it again? 12 and a half?
13-8.
13.8? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, 13.
Yeah. I mean, it's impressive, honestly. I
It
mean, I've
is.
drank some pretty stout beers in my history.
You had the
and-
Cedar Creek 18-20%,
The
right?
20%
yeah,
that they had.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
I enjoyed it, but
See,
also
I
because it was
couldn't.
20%. And it could have tasted like shit, and it was going to get me drunk real quick.
We got some Avery
Yeah, I
beers on
mean-
here because Avery does a whole lot of like 15+%,
I was gonna say Avery
and
beers.
it's typically good.
The brewery Avery?
Yes.
Oh, Avery is phenomenal.
Right? I've never had anything
Oh
bad.
man, yeah,
every
those guys
stout
are
they have,
fucking
like,
amazing.
13's
Big
their
fan of
minimum.
Avery.
They're like Hop and Frog in that high percentage regard.
Yeah,
But,
they definitely aim for those high ABVs.
Yeah, Avery is a wonderful brewery.
Yeah,
I was
they
introduced
make
by,
very
to
few
them by a
misses.
good friend of mine, Michael Scambry with Craft Roads Brewery. Distribution. No, this is pretty impressive, really.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this came last.
Yeah.
Just because I think it really was the pinnacle of the evening for sure.
Oh yeah, if we'd have started with that, I think some of the other scores might have been even lower.
Yeah.
There were some rough
Yeah.
scores already, so
Yeah.
if we'd have started with that and then drank the R dry after it,
Right.
we might have been rivaling some of our lowest score ever on that. But Taurus the Tyrant, again by Hoppin' Frog, is what we're drinking. I know it's been a while since we said that, so I thought I'd go ahead and remind everyone. We've been shooting the shit and laughing and doing what we do in hour 2, which is why I wasn't that worried about only having three beers. Because we were hitting 9 o'clock already.
Right, we were there.
Steve gave it a 4.25. I'm going to give it a 4.25 as well. I think it is fantastic. It is boozy. It is big. It is a beautiful, beautiful stout. Not quite that jump to the higher scores for me, but definitely fantastic. Definitely seek out. Great beer.
I think we've talked several times about how once we're up in this range, it's a little bit more personal preference.
Yeah.
And for me, like this is getting most of my top preference in my beers. I'm gonna go with 4.75.
Wow.
Like I'm really enjoying this beer.
Nice.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, well, it's boozy. It's got.
This is a nice thing, Tyler.
This is a real nice thing, Tyler. We have a nice thing right here.
Yeah, we do.
Open
That's
your
not a
fucking
little
eyes.
tensiony.
Who's the brewery? Hey, who's the brewery again?
Hoppin'
Hoppin'
Frog.
Frog.
Hoppin' Frog.
Out of
Akron,
Akron,
Ohio.
Ohio. Yeah,
OH.
LeBron country.
Fuck no.
IO.
There it is.
Fuck no.
You're
I heard IO.
Nice.
I said fuck no.
Very nice.
I didn't hear that.
So it's a 4.5 average.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, that's a good score.
Yeah, it is a fantastic beer, and
It's not for everybody.
I definitely see how people would give it a
True.
4.5.
No, this is definitely not for everybody.
everybody.
It's not
It's
even
not for the faint of heart. It's not
part
for
of
people
the
that don't like
people.
stouts.
Yup.
But it's tasty. It's
It's
boozy. It's rich.
Beautifully crafted. It's. Oh.
I'll say there was a time, this takes me back because of the booziness and the barrel age and the percentage of a Summerfest, Beer Fest of days gone by where I was there with a friend. We were hitting a lot of barrel
Is
age
this
stuff.
friend be unnamed?
I mean, we could name him, but it'll be fun to leave it out. He'll know who he is if he watches.
Ream.
And we hit a whole bunch of like barrel stuff, like bam, 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 bam. I'm just loving my life. And
And then
he's
he
like,
passed out.
no, he's like, I can't do this anymore. He handed it to me. I just drank his, and I just started drinking 2 of everyone just for his spirit and for me. And like this is right there with that. We're just that if you're gonna be in that barrel aged high gravity stout thing, this is gonna be your bread and butter. If you're not, you are not.
Yeah. I agree with that statement.
It's tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So beer of the night
I mean,
Oh yeah.
is easily.
it's our highest rated beer. It's my highest rated beer. It's got to be Taurus the Tyrant.
Yeah.
Cookie Monster was great.
Great.
Came out of 4. Malice was solid. But Taurus stole the show tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think if Cookie Monster in 6 months, I'd love to see these side by side again in 6 months with Cookie Monster.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But yeah, no, that was. We ended the night on an uphill note.
Yeah, we did.
3.5, 4, 4, 5 were the last 3.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
Not as good as our 4 plus 4 plus 5
Five.
night to finish, but that was a good finish after a very, very slow start.
Yeah.
But that Taurus is a solid beer.
Solid beer.
Any final thoughts tonight, John?
Oh, I'm ready for drunken movie review. This has got me where I need to be.
Yeah, I think that if we weren't drunk-ish before, we are drunk-ish now.
It's got me. It's got me there.
Any final thoughts, Steve?
Go to Books and Brews Noblesville.
Please, yeah.
That's my final thought.
Great place.
Like
Grab a wine slushy.
Two Beerded Guys. Like Books and Brews. Like drinking beer.
Oh, scream that.
Yeah. Make sure you follow Off Screen Matt on Instagram.
Yeah.
And if you follow Nightcap, Hecubus, unfollow.
Unfollow until tomorrow.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother.
Thank you,
We
yes.
loved having you on. Off Screen Matt, do you have anything?
No, he took the words out of my mouth. Follow off-screen Matt.
Perfect, guys. All right, we're gonna end with this. Love you guys. Follow everything. I am TBG_ops guy.
My dog being Q.
Stephen Fox.
Behind the camera, the one and only.
Off-screen Matt.
We love you guys. We're Two Bearded Guys. Have a good night.